Good morning, lovely people. It is Thursday, the 15th of December. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And as always, you have amazing hosts. Let's introduce ourselves.
It's your boy Big Mars from the east side of the bridge. Morning, people.
Good morning. It threw me off. It's your favorite shade queen, Martin Royalty.
Big man use, Mr. Rotations. Early second day in a row.
You command the room when you speak.
Thank
When you do your intro. It's very
calm and peaceful.
I love it.
So you've been early second day?
Yeah, he was early yesterday.
Yeah, I was there yesterday.
What do you call early?
Before me.
Yes, I was here before Esther.
Is it?
Don't get earlier than that.
Well, we did.
What are you doing?
To be fair, I didn't plan to come here that early. It's
It's
just that, you know, the roads were empty still.
Okay.
Roads were empty, so it made
It's early today as well. Love to
Yeah.
see it.
And
love that for you.
Appreciate it.
they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
That is right. How's everyone this lovely -3 degrees morning?
It's cold outside, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
It's actually a lot.
I got the heat on the fullest blast. It can go on.
Yeah, man.
At the highest
My
temperature.
face was hot. And I was like, I love it. I was like, I love it.
Yeah, I'm slapping it all on. I got the seats on. I got the everything. But how come I ain't got heated steering wheels?
I was thinking about the same thing today as well. You know? And
That'd
the
be
cold.
so
That's all
sick.
blitz.
That'd be sick.
Right, no, I don't even know if I saw that in the package. they need that, boy. It's cold.
Yeah, for real.
It's crazy, man. I hate to see it.
Shout out to a woman called Rose. I met her over the weekend in Manny.
Manny.
Cheers. Big up, Rose.
She could be my mother's age, just so you understand.
That was not necessary. What's
No,
that
I-
good thing?
I know
Context
you-
is
I know you're
very
partial.
necessary.
Thank
No,
you.
you're partial to an older lady, so.
Context is very necessary.
Okay, we like context, please, Brent.
So basically, she reminds me of one of them freedom fighters.
And she watches TDA.
Yes, she got her daughter on the TDA.
Nah, she's a big up Rose. That's a real one.
She really, really, really supports what it is that the young people are doing.
Aw.
Yeah, she kind of gets me the vibe that she used to be on the front lines back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah. So we kind of
That's a massive compliment for us then.
Yeah. But she's really, really cool, man.
She a kiddie.
Cool.
She's what? She's not a killie, she's a TDA.
Yeah, she could be a killie, to be honest. She looked.
A TDA, yeah? Is that the official word?
Down
Yeah,
100%.
So I had to come up with in the moment. I just had to counter the killie thing really quickly.
Yeah.
That's really, really sweet.
So
We
bless
actually,
up, bless up.
we cater to all different types of people.
Doing God's work, man.
We really are. Well, how was your time in Manny, Brent? Because you put something in the community. You guys would have seen it.
Yeah, it was
if you're
cool.
in there.
It was lovely. The Mani people are fantastic.
Are they?
Yeah.
I've been to Manchester. It's actually nice. Do you know what I had there when I went there? And I'm yet to have it again. They had like flavoured bagels. So I had an Oreo bagel.
Oh, was it?
Do you know I'm an Oreo junkie? It was actually, no, I'm not. God forbid, I'm not a junkie.
Ain't them bagels with all the colours? Ain't that just colouring? Them coloured bagels. Is it flavour?
I think it is flavoured in it because mine was Oreo.
Okay.
Unless they just,
Did have bits of Oreo in it? Or just...
I don't recall. That was years ago.
I've seen
But I just remember
different
it being
coloured
an
bagels.
Oreo.
I've seen different coloured
Yeah.
bagels, but I thought they were just coloured.
I remember there was a Skittles one, but they must have a bit of flavouring in there. Because why are you naming them colours then?
That's true.
I think it did. I think it did. I've never had it before again. I haven't had it since then. But that's what I remember Manny for. Yeah.
I think I've been there like once, you know. Yeah, that's it. For an interview.
For an interview?
Yeah, uni.
Were you moving? Your uni there?
No, at the end I didn't go there. I went to Queen Mary and it.
Okay. What, so you're going to University of Manchester?
I was considering it, yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. I had I can't remember how many interviews. This was a while ago. But
I
yeah.
think interviews for uni is
Brent, you're rude, man.
it's very rude.
What's
Well-
done?
Oh, no, I'll say it after.
Oh, is it? Oh.
You started in trouble?
Just bear in mind, Yusuf, there are like 3 moderators. And I'm looking at something and I'm just seeing it disappear. And I'm like, whoa.
No, I thought it was you that did.
I'm like, whoa. I don't know if
know.
it is that spam is actually somebody just spamming or somebody just wants to let everybody know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna unblock that person
Okay.
because that's I want the information to be there.
Yeah.
What is it? Don't put in the
What
group chat. I'm
information, man?
curious.
Yeah, somebody just sent a message in the chat, basically saying they need some help. May I please ask for help with food and shelter? My newborn and myself are on the streets after eviction and leaving abusive relationship.
Oh.
Baby formula and a hotel would help.
And then
Anything
I read it and then it just deleted.
cashed.
So I thought he deleted it.
No,
Okay.
cash
Ben's
up.
got- yeah.
Some.
That's nonsense, man.
Oh,
You
Chief
always
Jeffrey
in
said
that
it's a
trouble,
spam.
but you need internet. But where you get internet from? You're talking shit, man. Delete that, block that shit, man.
All right, cool.
Do you know what? And Marx is not one of the moderators, but you would think so. If Marx was the moderator, we would not see any comments except ones that are like, yeah, Killy, go Marx.
No, if it's spam, then it's spam, innit? I didn't realize it was spam.
Okay.
Also, why is the Meg thing not in the docket, man? What's going on?
It's not. Do you know what it is? I need to sit down properly.
Yeah, it's still drip feeding out.
Yeah.
No, but we need to do daily updates.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, 100%.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying. So can you jump in on one of the road and then see, let everybody know what's going on so far?
I'll try.
Because that yesterday
Yeah,
was,
because I'm not
yesterday
being
was a wild
funny.
one.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Yesterday was
say,
a wild one.
All right, cool.
A very wild one.
All right.
what was it? What was wild one?
Kelsey.
It wasn't that wild, Brent.
But to be
Oh,
fair,
it was.
No, she's pleading the fifth on everything.
Yeah, it's
So-
that's not that wild.
And she said that she didn't want to incriminate herself.
Yeah.
When asked, well, she was. Let's get
She
to
also
the point.
played the fifth when she was asked, did Tory say he was ever say he would shoot you?
Yeah.
Played the fifth because that nigga said he would shoot her.
The streets are saying that Kelsey shot her. That's what the streets are saying.
It's because of what she said on the stand.
Yeah.
Also, can I just say, Tory is so pathetic, taking his son to the. Don't that boy's got school? He's out here taking his son to court. Out here, got a little kid in a suit. I hate seeing little kids in suits. Pisses me off.
Stephen took his sons
Let
to
them be
Egypt.
free. Don't-
Kiss
don't-
my teeth.
What? What? Why is Stephen
Stephen's
in it?
going through security right now, taking his sons to Egypt. How dare he?
No, that's a holiday.
Yeah.
That's different.
Okay.
Stephen's not taking them to court. trying to get public sympathy. I said, boy, we
And
think
his son's like the same height. as him,
yeah.
Yeah.
Someone coming to someone's like, which one's Tory? But the little boy in a suit, waistcoat. I said, nah, let the boy go and play with flipping, Roblox, man. Leave the kid alone. But no, I think it'd be good. It'd be good to I was actually gonna do one tomorrow. 'Cause I was
Just
gonna
imagine
catch up with you today.
she's snaking her man. Just imagine if Kelsey's actually snaking.
Tory.
No, Meg.
No, but they're not friends. This is what I was trying to tell you guys yesterday. They're not friends anymore.
But why?
Because of the whole shooting thing, but I think also as well, she realised Kelsey's kind of been fake.
But Kelsey had.
Isn't it Meghan being fake? Stealing
No, it's
all the
not.
Kelsey's men and all them type of things there.
And still, listen, no man
Yeah.
gets stolen.
Mm.
If he doesn't want to be stolen, he will not be moved.
Okay.
So men don't get stolen.
He
Same with
just-
women don't get stolen. No one gets stolen from a relationship.
Mm.
You leave because you want to leave. You wander because you want to wander. No one's stealing.
Yeah, but sometimes you only know what's around the corner because someone came round and showed you what's around there.
You should
And
have
that's
kept
what
your eyes
Meghan's
on the
been doing.
prize. You should have kept your eyes on the prize. She walked and he said, "Oh, well, I want to be a piece of that." But no, yeah, they haven't been friends for time. That's what I was saying. Like, so the Kelsey thing, it's not. I'm surprised that she's on Meghan's witness list. But to be fair though, you don't necessarily just call someone on your witnesses to agree with you. It can also be to incriminate the other person. So I think that's really what it is as well. But
Yeah.
yeah, they started being friends time ago.
But then why is she pleading the fifth?
They asked her
Tory.
if she shot Meghan, and she said plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth. Why are you pleading the fifth? Just say you didn't shoot her. Shoot her. You didn't shoot her.
I'm telling you, it's
It's all mad.
it is mad.
This is going to be
But one
very
thing-
And
But she's
her prince won the gun.
But she's been granted the immunity though.
That's
Yeah,
because she
exactly,
knew
yeah.
what she was going to
Yeah.
come and do.
But
And she
then-
said she lied about, when it is that the detectives investigated her in the first place.
Oh yeah,
She understand now. She's saying she lied to them, basically.
that Tory did it.
Yeah, all the stuff that she said to them, she lied to them.
I'll be honest with you, yeah.
Who said that?
Kelsey. I'll be honest
Okay.
with you. Kelsey, yeah. Compared to Tory and Meghan, she's a broke bitch. So
Yeah, maybe
I
she
feel
got
like
paid off.
I feel like she's been paid off.
Maybe she got paid off.
I'm not listening to anything that girl was gonna say in that
Yeah.
stupid ass wig.
Yeah.
She is a liar.
That's not fair, man.
It's fair.
Because-
It's fair because yesterday you guys were saying how Meghan lied, so you can't trust her. But Kelsey's lied now, so why are we trusting her?
No, 100%.
What's
but to say
Kelsey
she's been
Kelsey
paid
lied
off,
about?
though.
She said that to
Yeah.
because
Everything that she said to
Yeah.
the police before.
Oh, was it okay?
so everything that she said when she said Tory shot Meghan,
Yeah.
she's saying that she lied then.
Okay.
And she's now pleading the fifth about whether it's her.
Okay.
And she said that she didn't even see the gun in Tory's hand.
Oh, okay.
That bitch got paid, man.
She said that now, is it? She said
Yeah.
She's saying that. That's what she's saying in court now.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm
And
saying
that's
that yesterday
interesting.
was a wild one.
And did you say that Kelsey's prints are on the gun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
So girls
Wait,
have been
wait a
gun and
minute.
Tories.
This case open and
What?
shut.
Only her prints are on the gun.
No, and
Tory, that's
well,
right.
there were
Tories.
3, and it wasn't conclusive that Tories was on the gun.
So what? There was a fight or a scuffle or something.
A
Like,
tussle.
tussle. Because why are there 3 different
Yeah.
prints on the gun?
I feel like at best it might be a thing where there was a tussle, yeah, and then maybe I don't even know, man. But whatever it is, anyway, I'll be honest with you. Regardless of whatever the conclusion of this case is, I'm on Megan's side.
Yeah.
I'm dying
Me too.
on that hill because
Me
the
too.
way everything is worked out, the way that the fact she even came out, even initially when she came out, people were like, "No, you're lying." Like for me, all of that is just a bad taste, and on that alone, I'm on
Yeah.
Megan's side. I don't care if a video comes out tomorrow and I see Megan shoot her damn self in her damn foot.
Yeah.
I'll be like, #facts, bitch. Tory did that. I don't care. I do not
Because
care.
in his tracks, didn't he basically suggest that she didn't get shot?
Yeah, he also said she didn't get shot.
Okay.
But that's because obviously she told the police when they first came that she stepped on
Yeah.
glass.
Okay.
So she was bleeding. So I feel like he went with it. And I feel like she would have gone along with it until he started taunting her online.
Yeah.
That's when she was like, first of all,
The thing is, has there been like an injury report?
Yeah.
I think they showed the X-ray and all
And
that.
what, they took a bullet out of her, or the bullet grazed her? Like,
I think they said that
what was the
fragments,
actual
wasn't
They
it?
were like fragments, I think.
impact?
I think they were fragments.
Fragments of what?
The bullet.
Yeah.
yeah.
Fragments of the bullet.
Yeah. Bullet. So basically,
I don't know how guns work. So a fragment of a bullet's made out of what?
yeah, but the bullet could hit somewhere and go on. In the
And bullets
foot.
break up sometimes. don't they?
Okay.
Basically, the defense, they basically said, yeah, 100%, she got shot. So
Yeah.
this is not in question at all.
Okay.
The whole her being shot is not in question. It's now who shot her.
Okay.
And if it is a defense is saying it was Kelsey, you're basically admitting that yes, she was shot. So that's
Yeah.
that's not in question.
And I think that's what it is for Megan as well, because she's had a lot of, no, you weren't shot. You're lying. So even that, like, yes, I think like there's 2 separate conversations. There's a conversation about you didn't get shot, and there's a conversation about who did it as well. So I like the fact that we're going to determine that this woman was shot anyway, and then we can get on to whoever did it. But either way, Tory is just
But you know,
done,
the-
man.
the
How
thing-
can I turn my thing on today, turn my car on? First track, Tory Lane, I say, you raggedy hoe. You are a traitor. I'm not changing, I'm not casting Jerry Spronger though. That's a bad boy tune. Where you going, sorry?
No, I was just going to say.
What's Jerry Springer?
The one with T-Pain. I'm sprung,
Oh, is that what it's called?
let's get me. Yeah.
Sprung
Just did that. Spronger, that's it.
Oh, stay go.
There's another one of that.
No, it's a remix.
Oh, was it?
He done
Yeah.
a remix album
You know
with
he
the,
remixes, he don't make his own
all
songs,
the
he remixes
songs.
everything.
Chicks tape.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it, 5.
Okay.
And it's with T-Pain on it.
So have you cancelled it? Don't you listen to him?
I listened to that song.
Come on, Brent. I could tell you're dying to say something.
Swang.
Huh?
No?
No?
What?
I know you were
No,
smiling.
I just
you,
read.
You're smiling. You're smiling.
God, Iman isn't here today. His best friend Kelly. So I'm like, he's sitting here.
No, Iman's right here, man. Iman, you're going to say something. Go on.
I'm in full effect. No, I was just going to say, obviously, what was I going to say? I was about Meghan in that interview where she was talking about being shot.
The one with
And-
Gail.
Huh?
When we
Yes,
go,
the one
yeah, yeah.
girl. She mentioned she was shot, and she also said it was Tory.
Yeah.
Didn't she?
Yeah.
All right, cool. No, I'm
Actually, I
saying-
don't know. Oh, I thought you were leading up.
No. Because
yeah.
remember, like you were saying, people were deliberating whether she was shot in the first place.
Yeah.
But she made it clear in that interview to me
Yeah.
that I was shot, and I think she said it was him in that interview.
I can't remember, you know.
I'm not too sure. Actually.
I'm going to watch it again before we chop it up. I'm definitely going to watch it. I get my facts
This whole
right.
case is ridiculous, man.
It is, honestly, it's all a mess.
It's
all...
a pantomime.
It's just, do you know what? Do you know the cause of it? Short men acting tall. That's the problem. Because he should have just sat down, be quiet, and just said, "Thank you, Meghan. I appreciate
you,
that."
though.
Send her flowers and just be quiet. But he had to go online and taunt her, and then she said, "You know what? We're going to court." And I just refuse to believe that sis is going to do all of this for like what 2+ years now, only for it to be like, yeah, you lied all over. To be fair, even if she did like, I don't know what lie is. I don't interpret that.
Apparently, a surgeon's being interviewed today.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll get into some stuffs tomorrow. But yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Not them starting a support group.
I'm telling you. Can you
Not
imagine?
the E-Man hate group.
Nah, man. This isn't
What
fair,
email
man.
Iman's up to teaming up in the live chat
No way.
This
to
is-
contact
this
each
isn't
other
fair,
outside of this platform.
Who's the ringleader?
Sona for real.
She's
Sona
back.
for real. She's back.
She
you know?
She's
Developed.
back.
She's-
I feel like she felt something in the spirit, like
yeah, yeah,
telling
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
someone else on my team. And then she logged on.
Sona for real is dangerous. She's very dangerous.
I support both you women, by the way.
God damn it.
And Finan. You're doing the Lord's work.
Oh, man. Nah, I miss Sona for real, though, man.
Is there a coalition in there? Yeah.
Nah, listen. She said we need to talk
wow,
outside
I
of
have
this.
an ally. Kelly, we should start a support group for people stressed by E-Man. Can you imagine?
Amen.
Oh yeah, I've been thinking about Party, man. What's Party thinking in all this?
Who's that?
Oh, her man.
Yeah.
He's just supporting his girl. He's just been supportive of her.
Who's girl?
Megan's man.
Oh.
Beautiful black man, that man. Yeah, he's just supporting her. So that even when people like say stuff online sometimes, he would like make comments and whatever and like go back and forth. He went back and forth with someone recent. No, Tory.
Was it the baby?
Oh no, it was the baby. That's it. I never. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, he's just there supporting her, man. That's all you can do. So my man left me because of it. He was being an egg. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I think he's just supportive. Like that's all you can do in a relationship, to be honest. Because the fact is, at the end of the day, she still was short.
Is he short as well?
Nah, he's tall.
No, he's tall.
Well, Megan's tall, though, isn't it?
Exactly. That's why the whole Tory thing is wild. That's why I said I understand why she
That's
took
not
off the
just
TV.
Tory, it's the baby as well.
I'll be honest with you, yeah. There's certain guys, as women know this, women know. There's certain guys you do not claim.
Hold on.
Tory is one of those guys.
I'm gonna ask you about this actually. Why sleep with a man that you don't want to claim?
Do you know what it is? It's post.
I think it works
it's
both
post
ways, to be
clarity
fair to you.
Afterwards.
Eh,
It's what?
I said, I think it works both ways, to be fair to you.
That's true.
All right.
no, yeah, and that question could be posed to men too.
Yeah, but do you know what it is? I think I don't know. There's different reasons why. There's just different reasons.
Because in the moment he was good enough for you to fuck, but now that the public's asking
Post
about it,
clarity.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's good enough
Now
for me
that
to
the-
fuck. What's it got to do with anybody else? Like, you know what I'm trying to
Say
say
again?
that. I said it was good enough for me.
No, but it was just like I had a
The question
need
is, why sleep with someone that you're not gonna openly talk about? Is what I'm saying.
because I had a
What's
need
it
and
got
you
to do with
was there
anybody
to
else?
scratch the itch.
No, I'm not talking about volunteering information. I'm talking about if you're asked about it, you're lying because you're ashamed. Is what I'm saying.
I'm saying
Yeah.
you're allowed to make your decision for yourself anytime you want to. Yeah. What the fuck's it got to do with anybody else?
You ain't getting the point.
Huh?
You ain't getting the point.
You're both
The question-
you're talking about different things. But
no, the point of the question is, you're sleeping with someone
Yeah.
like what
that
made
you
do
are
that?
ashamed to admit that you slept with. That's what I'm
Because
saying.
in the moment, I wanted my instant gratification, and that's
And
what
I
I
got it.
wanted to do, and I got it. It's got nothing to do. Nobody is not supposed to know this. I don't. So that's the choice that I made for myself. It's got no. This ain't nobody's business what I done,
I hear what you're
and
saying.
I don't want nobody to
I
find
said I
out.
hear you, but I raise you.
What I'm saying is, there's something about that person that you liked.
Do you know
That's
what?
not- that's
Sometimes
not
you don't
necessarily
like
true.
them,
That's
you
not
know?
necessarily true.
Sometimes, do you know what? It's
So
sometimes
you're
yeah.
sleeping with women who are just downtrodden.
Do you know what it is,
Not
Yusuf? Yeah?
downtrodden.
Do you know
That's
what
a
it is?
bit.
Yeah.
That's extreme.
That's
Downtrodden.
No one said all of that. Do you know what it is, Yusuf? Yeah. Sometimes, yeah, it's definitely not what you said. Definitely that. But you know, it's you got an itch,
Yeah.
and there's just someone in that proximity to scratch it.
No.
And that's it.
I'm a man of the world. I get everything you're saying. I understand all these premises, but I just find it funny
Yeah.
that you would deny someone that you happily went to sleep with.
Yeah.
And acting like they're beneath you. No, they're not beneath you. You fuck this person.
Now, sometimes people be beneath
They
you.
could. They can still be beneath you.
They're definitely beneath you. Do you know? It's not so much I was happy to do this.
Yeah.
I was in need, so I did this.
And he was what? He was your only option?
Again, sometimes it's just
You know what I mean?
availability, proximity. There's so many factors that go into it, but there's definitely men you got to leave off the CV. And Tory, I 100% understand that. Nobody claiming that.
People
I don't,
think they
think,
come
I don't
on,
even see groupies coming out talking about the sex with Tory. Down bad. Yeah, man. It's wild. But yeah, we'll definitely talk about it tomorrow. I'm gonna catch up on everything. My source, the guy who's in the courtroom, he's starting to piss me off. The one you used to put in the group chat yesterday. His excitement, like I don't like. I hate when men get excited by gist. I'm like, oh.
But he's a lawyer, though, isn't it? Is he? You think he's a lawyer?
No, he's not even a lawyer. He's a I think he works for a media or something like that.
Oh, okay.
But he's basically there, like he sits in, kind of getting coverage of the case. But it was when do you know what it is? I just got the ick. It was when he was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, ugh.
I think he's a lawyer, but not any of
Not
their
in the
lawyers.
case.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, I think his handle is lawyer for
He's a bad lawyer.
reporters.
Why do you have so much free... Lawyers don't have free time, you know. But you have no clients, no free time. Like, you go and sit in on someone else's case.
Also, Kelly, I'm not talking about sleeping with people and forgetting you slept with them.
No, you remembering. You remember to never go there again.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying sleeping with someone and then denying them. That's what I'm saying.
Get used to it, man. They add things to what you say, you know, in this group.
You saw it.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
You're ridiculous.
Hey. I was just saying, you see it for yourself.
This guy, bro.
To be honest, Fenon did characterize you accurately in this back and forth.
No, but wait. Firstly, his name Finon.
Oh,
Man said
How do you know?
Fenon.
Yes.
Okay,
How do you
my
know that's
bad.
how
No, I'm saying, is it?
No,
Because
no,
I feel as though I was saying Finon yesterday and I was corrected.
Okay.
How would you...
So I'm not too sure.
Corrected by who? In the chat?
Yeah,
Fernand.
someone said to buy,
Fernand.
but I wasn't paying
Fernand, no?
attention at the time.
But did they write it how it's... Did they write it how it's...
They tried to spell it kind of phonetically, like
Okay, that's what I mean. Yeah.
none. I think so. Please correct me.
No, Stacey is killing me with these emojis. That is so accurate.
What did you say?
You know the parent and child emoji? She said that's Tory and that's Meghan Tory. So she's got the mum with 2 kids and she said that's Meghan, the baby and Tory. It's true, man. Anyway, everyone just act your height. That's the story, isn't it? The moral of the story. We'll talk about it tomorrow. But yeah, let's get into our first headlines.
Say Fernando, but then
Without the
don't
dough.
say the dough. So
Okay,
Fernando.
Fernand. All right, cool. Thank you for correcting us. All right. So the first headline, again, an update on a different Meghan this time. The royal Meghan. And the Duchess's lawyer has claimed that Buckingham Palace conducted a real kind of war against Meghan. Jenny Afia, who I believe is the Duchess's lawyer, has said she had seen evidence that there was a negative briefing against Harry and Meghan by the palace to suit other people's agendas.
Period.
She makes the claim in the latest trailer for the couple's Netflix series, Harry and Meghan, ahead of the release of the second installment on Thursday, today. Buckingham Palace has so far not commented on the series. Prince Harry said on Tuesday, like we reported, that they were happy to lie to protect my brother, without specifying who he was talking about, and has previously spoken of the leaking and planting of stories as part of a dirty game. But Meghan goes further in the new trailer, claiming the palace strategically targeted website homepages and newspaper front covers with stories. She says in the trailer, you would see it play out. A story about someone in the family would pop up for a minute and they'll go, we got to make that go away.
Really?
Yeah, but there's real estate on website homepage. On a website homepage, there's real estate on a newspaper front cover, and something has to be filled in about somebody who's royal. Neither Meghan or anybody else in the trailer offers evidence for the claims, but obviously it's a bloody trailer, innit? So we have to wait for the actual documentary to be released, and then we'll know where the evidence is and whatnot.
Listen, what I care about, I need The Crown not to be discontinued before they get to Meghan and Harry season. And I need them to get Meghan and Harry as consultants.
It's going to take a while, you know.
Well, yeah, because we're just on Diana, innit?
Mm-hmm.
No one cares about them kids growing up. Let's get straight to the meat. Because they're doing a poor job anyway. Oh, damn.
So the next headline is about Rishi Sunak. So Rishi Sunak has rejected calls by dozens of Conservative MPs to toughen up his asylum plans further by ignoring rulings from the European Court of Human Rights over the deportation of asylum seekers to Rwanda. The Prime Minister sidestepped questions in the Commons over whether he would be willing to withdraw from the European Convention on Human Rights, saying he was delivering legislation allowing people who had arrived illegally to be removed from the UK. However, Downing Street said it opposed the short bill introduced on Wednesday by the Tory backbencher Jonathan Gullis to allow the government to remove asylum seekers, even if that went against the judgment of the European Court, which oversees the implementation of the Convention or other international law. The proposal, which Gullis said would ensure Parliament not unaccountable foreign judges in Europe have the final say on the UK's asylum system, was backed by the former Prime Minister Boris Johnson and other senior Tory MPs, including Priti Patel, the former Home Secretary, and the architect of the Rwanda scheme. In practice, there was little prospect of the bill becoming law, but it once again threw a spotlight on the issue, putting pressure on the Prime Minister to make good on previous promises that he would not allow the ECHR to inhibit our ability to properly control our borders. It follows Rishi Sunak's pledge to abolish the backlog of asylum claims by the end of 2023 and set out a new plan to tackle the migration crisis, including the Small Boats Operational Command and a returns agreement with Albania. Gullis's bid was rejected by MPs by 188 votes to 69, but the scale of support it attracted from the Tory backbenchers highlights deep splits within the party, with dozens of MPs, many of them representing red wall seats, and enough to overturn the Prime Minister's majority, pressing for him to toughen up his plans. So Rishi's getting a serious challenge at the moment. And the last headline for this section is about Esther's friend, man, Boris Johnson. He's making money, man.
I was going to call him BJ, but that doesn't sound right.
So Boris Johnson has made more than £1 million from giving speeches since leaving number 10.
He's been out for like 3 months.
Boy, so the former Prime Minister was paid £754,000 for free speeches in America, India and Portugal last month. This is just last month, yeah? According to the latest register of MPs' interests. It comes on top of £276,000 he made from a speech in October. The records also show he and his family have continued to receive accommodation from Tory donor Lord Bamford. Mr Johnson registered a further £3,500 in accommodation from the JCB boss and his wife Carol for November and December. That was in addition to the £37,000 for accommodation he had previously registered from the couple since leaving office in September. The couple also, this is the couple that's accommodating them, donated £23,853 towards the summer wedding celebration for Mr Johnson and his wife Carrie, who married last year. Also, a previous entry specified it covered the cost of hiring a marquee, portable toilets, waiting staff, flowers, a South African barbecue, and an ice cream van. According to the latest update to the register, Mr Johnson was paid £277,723 by New York-based investment banking firm Centerview Partners for a speech on the 9th of November. He then received £261,652 from the Hindustan Times for a speech on the 17th of November, and then £215,675 from Portuguese TV station Televisão Independente for a speech on the 23rd of November during the CNN Global Summit in Lisbon. So I think he's doing well, man. I don't think that he needs to look back and feel like he's lost anything.
We want to see him on I'm a Celebrity.
Yeah, but he's prime time, innit?
Mm.
Yeah, so it makes sense he's getting paid at P.
Yeah, but all of them kind of do, though.
I feel like he always will be, you know, because he's Boris Johnson. He's just he's a character. He's like a Trump. He's the UK's Trump. Just not with that much power. He hasn't got an empire like Trump. But in terms of character and behavior and just saying whatever it is that you feel and waking up and looking how you look and being happy with that, he's Trump.
Is that?
Yeah. All right, let's try and get this wholesome because you're tussling in the comments.
About what? What happened now? About BJ?
It's a-
That was hilarious.
It's jokes. All right. See how I did it when the intro was played?
Yeah, I want you to focus, Iyanya, because this is yours. You have to talk right now.
Yeah.
yes.
I'm just getting up the thing I want to use for topic of the day. So basically, the topic of the day is, or the question is, how much of God's work should we be taking on? Right? And this is based on a post that came out, a report that came out. Let me get it up. Sorry for the delay, people. And basically, a scientist has unveiled artificial womb idea to combat population declines, right? So basically, a scientist has revealed a new concept that could be used to fight against population declines. Hashem Al-Ghalhi, who's a film producer and biotechnologist, created a video of the Ecto-Life artificial womb facility, right? So this facility can grow up to 30,000 babies with pods that mimic wombs. Yeah, you guys hear what I'm saying? Yeah?
I just imagine like maggots or something. Like, why are they coming out like that?
Boy, I don't know.
Yikes.
But this is what's happening, man. And basically, the idea behind it is that it's believed that this could be the solution for people who have fertility struggles and want a child that's genetically theirs, right? The scientist also claims that this could be used to combat worldwide population declines as well. So the question is, what do you guys think about this, firstly?
think this is how we start giving birth to yam. I don't like when like all that procreation stuff. I just think let's just leave it to the Almighty, who creates us in His own image. I'm not here for all of that stuff. I think the stuff that I think God gives us knowledge to be able to help. You know, like stuff when people struggle to give like to conceive and stuff like IVF and all that kind of stuff. I'm here for that because that helps people. But when we start to mix, there's another procedure where you get to like you can decide what color eyes you want your baby to have and all that stuff. When we start to create, actually put bits of the baby together, yeah, I'm not playing those games.
But is it bits of baby together and that?
I feel like if you're picking what color eyes your child has and all that, and like you know what type of hair they have and all that stuff, I'm not here for that. That is just too risky. Wake up one day, baby, turn to an alien. Not me.
But what if it wasn't as supermarket-y as that? If it was just a case of look, these women can't obviously bear the child or whatever the term is, right?
Yeah.
Carry the child, and this is just a way to do this on a mass scale. Because let's just say, God forbid, something happens, a nuclear.
What, a mass scale wasn't like go to the store, pick a baby.
No, it's your own genetics.
Oh.
But you know how now you got to pay a certain amount of money, go and do IVF and all that stuff,
yeah.
and it's a personal one-to-one thing. But let's just say, God forbid, something happened. I don't know. Russia got excited, did a nuclear thing, or there was a Chernobyl thing again. People couldn't have kids, and it's like, oh look, in able to kind of counteract this is how we can do it on a mass scale. This can accommodate 30,000 babies.
Well, just make 30,000 babies one time.
30,000 babies.
One time.
Yeah. So the real.
Are we ever populated on this earth?
No, but I'm saying, what if it was a situation where it's not the case?
Nah, man.
There's never going to ever be a need for 30,000 babies.
Never.
So.
But apparently fertility is down though.
Yeah, but I'll be honest with you, yeah.
Ain't they doing population control?
There you go.
In that what?
I said, ain't they been, no, but ain't they like, so if they, why do they want to bring more people if they're trying to control the population?
But I think population control is mainly to target in certain nations though.
I think we've got population control in this country. The alarms, not alarms, sorry, the noise around like contraception and all that stuff, that is a form of population control.
And COVID as well.
Everyone's got population control. Everyone controlling some populations.
What's it?
COVID was not preventing some things. It didn't control no population.
Yeah, it was licking off the old, innit? And the weak.
Oh, that's what you mean. I thought you meant people linking. Fair minds and gutter. Yeah, oh yeah, that was definitely set up. But when I tell you people on here, you guys think I'm doing conspiracy theory. There was a reason behind that. There was a reason why the old were the first to get the jab.
Well, what about the organs and stuff?
What about the
They're babies' organs. So what's the like the benefits to scientific or health wise or whatever from being able to do that?
I think at the moment it's just the idea that because the population numbers declining and stuff like that, we can help sort that out on a mass scale.
Wait, whose population? You talking about England or something?
At the moment, it's still like a theory, innit? It's still a theory. Yeah, it's still a theory. But let's just say it was like in the West, so England, America, you know what I mean, Europe, them type of places there.
I don't know. That's just like clones and shit, isn't it?
But is it really? Because it's still the genetic like makeup of the parents.
Yeah, and the clone is an exact genetic makeup of you.
I guess so.
So if you're just splicing them and just making clones in the
But a clone is like, one can argue that's like straight up unethical because that's just you. That's like two Marxes. You know what I'm saying? But this is like actual children. It's kind of like, I guess, IVF but on a mass scale.
Are they fast tracking the babies? Do they need to stay in the pod for 9 months?
I think so, yeah. There's not that much detail in it, but I'm adding that part.
I think it's weird, man.
That's a lot of maintenance.
So if honestly making massive.
But why is it weird? Why is IVF okay, but this is not okay?
How were these babies created?
So it's the same thing as like get the sperm and the egg from the parents, but they just put them in the pod. So instead of maybe, let's just say you could only do, I don't know, 20 IVF babies a month.
But you know what it is, yeah?
You could do as many IVF babies as a month as you want because it's their own people.
Yeah,
but let's just say in terms of like the stuff that's needed to actually make it work, right? You're limited maybe by space, you're limited by laboratory.
Yeah, but you know what you're limited by? The most important thing you're limited by when you put the baby in a pod? The biology behind it. Like that whole the baby growing, and even if it's a surrogate, like there's a reason why babies need to grow in your stomach the way they do, and all that kind of stuff. There's bonds. There's so much that happens biologically that we can't explain. That is missed when you put a baby in a pod. That's a stranger.
But are we kind of giving more importance to that than there really is? Because
No, we're definitely not. Trust me.
The
There's
reason why I'm saying that is just playing it from a different angle.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like we have any other choice. Like since the beginning of mankind till now, all we've known is having kids within a woman. You know what I'm saying? So we're just used to the idea that there must be benefits to it.
Yeah.
Let's just say there was no real benefits to it. Like you could do this, and women wouldn't have to, for example, take time off for their careers, wouldn't have to do certain things.
Yeah.
That whole 9 months could be working. You know what I'm saying? You literally just on the 9th month just go and pick up your baby and stay at home and do your
that's
maternity.
wild to me, man.
But is it not more effective as a population?
I think there's enough people in this world, first of all. But I don't know. I think certain things I'm here for it just being done the way God has ordained it to be done. I'm not. I don't know. It's weird to me.
But that's basically where I want us to go.
Yeah.
Like where does that stop for you? You know what I'm saying? Like when you say where the way God wants it done.
Yeah.
There's bare things that we do nowadays that wasn't the way it was back in the day.
Yeah, but I think that's true. That is very, very true. But there are just certain things that is an absolute no for me. That a baby in a pod is an absolute no for me. There's no way. Like obviously, there's no way.
Why is that though?
Because it just doesn't sit right with my spirit.
Okay.
I'm led by the spirit. It doesn't sit right with my spirit. It makes me uncomfortable. It just makes me uncomfortable. Like I'm someone who, if I can't have kids, like I will adopt children. My go-to will never be a pod baby.
What about IVF though?
I would do IVF. I mean, like if I've done like IVF and I exhausted all those options, for maybe to do a surrogate, that's fine as well. Keep my body snatched, but like, I wouldn't go the pod way. I don't know. I think it's just certain things that I'm able to adapt with times, but I'm not convicted about that. Okay. But that for me, it feels like I'm playing God, and I don't want to do that ever. Like I wouldn't pick what color eyes my baby has, what kind of hair they have. I would leave that to the Almighty. I'm not interested.
Makes sense. What about you guys? How do you guys see it?
In regards to your mass example, why does that have to be the case? If I'm a couple who can't have a baby for whatever reason, then if we choose to do it, then we choose to do it. If the option is there, the option is there. What was your mass example about?
That's just basically how efficiently we can do it. So let's just say, God forbid, like you said in your example, like you needed it or whatever. Yeah. Let's just say there was, 100,000 people that needed it too. Yeah. We can kind of do it quickly. So we can get 30,000 done, you know what I'm saying, at one go because it has that capacity. And also, the woman wouldn't necessarily have to carry the baby for 9 months. Like the baby could just grow in that thing.
This is supply and demand. If the demand's there and people want to do it, then I don't see nothing wrong with it because that's your choice.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think if that's what you want to do, then...
So you don't see it as us maybe doing God's work too much?
The world's evolving, the world's changing, isn't it? And if you want a child and you can't have a child for whatever reason, and this is a viable option for you and it's available, then why not?
Or if you can have a child, but the new thing is to grow them in pods.
If you can have a child...
But you can just have it in the pod from its conception.
I think priority should be given to those who can't have children naturally then.
No, but I'm saying, if it was just like the times, the technology changes, and like you're saying, you get with the times, this is just how people do it. So it's not nothing to do with not being able to have kids or nothing like that. But they're growing babies in pods, they're convenient, you don't have to take maternity leave, all these kind of things. Would you just grow your baby in a pod?
I wouldn't do it myself, but if the option's there for people to do it, then they can do it. Me personally, I'd rather have a natural birth.
Do you see one as... Obviously, this is fake. We're making it up, innit? But like, do you see one as more proper than the other?
Yeah, of course.
Even if, for example, let's just say this has been going on for 10 years, right?
Yeah.
So we're seeing these kids grow up and go to school, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we see they're normal kids.
Yeah.
Why do we see, like, because I'm pretty sure that's all of us in the room, innit?
Yeah.
All of us will kind of see one as proper and the other not as proper.
Yeah.
But why?
Because babies naturally, traditionally, come out of a woman, not out of a machine.
Yeah, true. But
we're moving into a new age now, innit? Again, new genders and that. So it gives options for the new women to have
There you go.
children.
The new women.
Yeah.
The modern age women.
Yeah.
No, that's not what you're saying.
Oh dear, Brent.
Yeah, the new women.
Oh dear.
No, there's not right? No?
No,
Yeah.
it's not right.
Yeah, because people be calling birth in wombs and stuff and all sorts. So it provides a different option. And I actually believe, right, there's some women who would, again, career-driven women, right, who would rather have a baby
In the pod.
brewing in a pod whilst it is that they don't get
Yeah, so
looked
they-
over by their bosses.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking.
And when
from-
they're
from a
finished-
vanity point.
In fact, they might even sign up for give me 5 years option as well. Let they brew in the pod for
A
5
payment
years.
plan for the baby. Yeah. take your time.
Just so that
give me 5 years now.
I don't lose my spot.
Can
in
you imagine
this
there's a
particular
waiting
thing.
list for them?
Oh, you
Like there is for
you mean
Birkins.
the baby comes out the pod at 5 years old?
Oh, wait there, one second.
Yeah.
Comes out as a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
That's a stranger.
I thought you meant just
I'm
takes 5
telling
years
you, there are
to come
some
out as
people
0.
who would rather not have the trouble
Of a baby.
that
baby.
they're seeing all of their brethren go through,
Exactly.
and they're career driven.
And that's what we're getting to.
That 5-year-old will be finished.
How do you mean?
What? My baby came out from 0 and yours came out at 5 and you think he's going to make it to 10.
What do you mean?
Wait, what?
Everything my baby learned.
Exactly.
Your baby ain't gonna. Your baby will be finished.
No, but I'm assuming the
Have a
things in
slow baby.
Those are important years, you know.
Wait, if we are doing this God flex, there is a way to impute
Yeah.
AI knowledge
Yeah.
in their brain.
I'm
They
sure
might
the
come
baby
out
ain't
even
gonna come
better
at
than
5
yours.
years old.
Might come out like Elon Musk.
with a baby brain, they're gonna come out with a 5-year-old brain.
It would have to have learned stuff. It would have to
No, but
absorb knowledge to have that
Environmental
brain, bro.
stuff.
They
social
can put that into the pods.
Yeah.
Matrix, baby.
Okay.
Nah, the biology of everything here is that's wild. Yikes.
That baby ain't making it, man.
Baby coming out as a grown man. That ain't it.
So in terms of like stuff like blood transfusions, yeah, that's
Yeah.
everyday life for us now, yeah, right? But there's some belief systems like Jehovah's Witness, right,
Yeah.
who don't engage in that at all. Again, they see it as us doing God's work and stuff.
Yeah.
Why is it we're okay with blood transfusions?
It's a different kind of situation. I'm helping
Why?
because it's very different. It's I'm helping somebody. I'm helping save someone else's life with blood transfusion. That isn't for them for life. Like that is life that's already existing. My creating a pod baby. I don't need that to save my life.
No,
But is the blood transfusion and the baby thing is that a comparison?
Not for me.
I don't think it is.
no, I'm basically saying I'm not necessarily saying they're on par. I'm just basically saying you guys have said the baby thing is a kind of like a no
Yeah.
with you, right? But like you've also got some people who had the same stance as you guys, but for the blood transfusion thing,
Yeah.
and that's because they see it as if God wanted this, then we wouldn't need it.
You
You
give
know
us
what I'm
some
saying?
blood.
Okay, but
You know
that's
what
the
I'm
same as saying don't take medication because a blood transfusion is what? Is a way to help someone in need.
It's all extremes because there's people that live like that.
Yeah,
There's people that don't want no outside intervention
Yeah.
from nothing.
You know,
They're the Lord.
Leg can be
There
hanging
are.
off.
There are.
Jesus got me.
Jesus come.
but
And Jesus said, "You're coming home. You're coming home."
a blood
Come on.
transfusion is an extreme form of medication for that particular person.
But it still requires machines and stuff, innit? Like
Yeah.
medication.
I don't think it requires machines makes a difference.
No, but to them it may, because it's like you're hooking up certain things to them, you're taking out blood, you're replacing blood, you're doing all types of stuff, right? But with medication, a lot of like paracetamol or like the active ingredients are found naturally in nature. So before we had it in tablet form, people
but
could do things.
blood is natural. Just because it's being given to you through a machine, that's just the way it's being given to you. I don't think that is a factor, in my opinion. Just because it's being given to you via a machine.
Using that same wording, baby given to you via a machine.
Yeah, but that's a question for Esther.
Yeah. But you
Sorry.
get what I'm trying to say?
What was that?
Like
What's the question? Like the question?
like Yusuf basically said, like he doesn't see it as any different because it's like blood given to you via a machine.
Yeah.
And I'm basically saying, pigging back on that, it's kind of the same thing with the whole pod thing. It's a
Yeah.
baby
Yeah,
given
but
to
a
you via a
blood
machine.
and a baby, they're so
But
different.
why?
I'm
Come on,
creating
man.
one of them.
But
You're
why?
creating life. One of them, I'm sustaining life.
But the whole creating life, I don't think we have an issue with because we're okay with the IVF, right?
Yeah, but even with IVF, that I think that helps though. Like I don't know much about IVF, but
Yeah.
for me, that still helps the natural thing that's meant to happen or the biological thing that's meant to happen.
Okay.
Do you get me? With the pod, I don't know. It's weird to me, but
It's
I think
different.
blood
It's
transfusion is very different.
It's
Man.
it's just a different vessel though.
Yeah, but
There's
I
no-
don't. Yeah, do you know what it is? Yeah. Are you guys taking what I'm saying as
In a-
like
in an
what I
individual
don't want,
stance,
or
yeah.
this is wrong?
I don't know, but in an individual stance, yeah,
okay.
I could probably see more of it because, like I'm saying, it's just a different vessel in it. So if they're set up, that you can go and have your consultation. If you can afford to have your pod wherever it's set up in your yard or something like that, and that's what you wanted to do, then fair enough. I think when you talk about making 30,000 babies at the same time in like a factory somewhere, it sounds
Yeah,
That's horrible,
that's extreme. That's like iRobot.
it sounds mad, innit? But essentially, you're right. If you're cool with IVF, it's the times change, innit? Like there's bare things that we do now that if people could come back from 100 years, they'll be like, "Rah, you are crazy. This is what you are doing."
Yeah.
So if the time and the technology changes and it's perfectly safe and it's efficient and that, again, it's just why wouldn't people put the baby in the pod if it's going to be totally fine and this is the norm and this is what we do? Like I say, you don't have to take maternity leave. You don't have to get your stretch marks and thing.
I don't know. For me, I feel like it takes away from. Because if you want to have a child, yeah, you want to have a child that you're bonding with, all that kind of stuff. Like, all that stuff, when you do it biologically, that's all that you're involved in the process. Something about having my child in a pod, cooking, and I walk away and I maybe visit it whenever I can and all that stuff, that's all very weird to me. That takes away from the whole natural interaction that you should be having whilst your baby is growing. Like, obviously, I understand, again, this doesn't take into account, obviously people can't, give birth to children or whatever, but you're still very much in, like, you get to experience things. You experience where the baby moves for the first time. You can talk and the baby can react to your words. Like, you eat something, you're like, okay, the baby doesn't agree with this. I'm not gonna eat this. Like, all of that stuff is all part of it. When the baby's moving around, you literally see your belly moving because the baby's moving around. All that stuff, I don't know, like, even like down to like breast milk. Of course, not everyone was able to produce breast milk, and that's okay. But even like the way your breast milk comes is formed is because the baby was there. No, there's just so much that goes into it naturally that cooking a baby in a pod is just not it for me.
I think that's because you're an old gen.
Gonna be old. I'm joking. I don't think so. I honestly think it's just thresholds. Again, like we said earlier, there's certain things that were done back in the day that I do differently now.
No. As in you're like a original woman, innit? For the new gens, obviously, they might want to feel everything that you feel, but they can't. So seeing the baby growing and stuff might be a different type of connection. You're speaking from an old gen's perspective.
That's not it, Brent.
I think there's some
No,
thing to that, though.
Don't jump so quickly. Brent's face is not on camera. This is us.
Yes, it's true. It's true.
I think that I can understand. I think I can understand for trans women why they would want to go for that. But again, if you're not, like Yusuf, I think Yusuf said it earlier, how if you're not able to have a kid, and this is an option, of course, go for it.
Okay, cool.
Do you get what I mean? So yes, actually, I'm talking from a place of privilege of me being able to, well, I think, God willing, able to give birth on whatever it is. But honestly, even if I wasn't able to actually conceive on whatever, my option would never be a pod. I'll be honest with you. It doesn't sit right with me. Do you get what I mean? But yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah. And I think, basically you summed it up perfectly there.
Yeah.
I feel as though it's because of what we're accustomed to, man. Because I feel like if this was like, I don't know, 1,000 years ago, none of us would be thinking we want to put sperms and eggs into a container and do something. You know what I'm saying?
Be able to do something.
Yeah, man. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to ask you is, I'm assuming everyone here believes God created us in his image, right?
Yeah.
What does that mean to you? It's linked to this. I'll link it, obviously.
For God created me in his image is that God created me with the ability to think and like understand and like is more of the, because when I was young I used to think it was like we look like God, and I was like, yeah, but if I'm black and that person's Asian, how does that work out? But it's more in like our capacity, in intelligence, in our minds, in our spirit. The fact that we have a spirit, the fact that we have a soul, that's in God's image. God has those things, and so we have that too. So that's how I see it.
Okay. So, what about you guys? How do you say it?
I've always looked at it physically.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
as in image, as in literal image, as in a head, a mouth, a nose, ears, eyes, a body, torso. That's how I always say it.
I think you need to join the Nation of Islam, man.
No.
That's how we see it too.
He said no.
We.
We see we.
It's interesting because like Orthodox Islam don't see it that way.
Yeah, but I've never. Maybe I haven't really been taught otherwise. I don't remember having a conversation about that. To be fair, so those thoughts, so I just formulate those thoughts myself.
But it makes sense to though. That's basically what
Yeah, because I'm taking image literally.
Okay, very interesting.
Yeah.
But you, Marks?
If you say you think God is a killie, I'm gonna quit the show.
I've never thought about it. I don't know, man. I don't think it was like, even you say in our likeness, you say that eyes, ears, because which one was it? Is it men or women?
Yeah, but men and women both have all those things I've mentioned.
Yeah, but still, but it's like how that is still. I don't think it's that.
Oh, as in is God a man or woman?
I'm just saying. I just don't think it's that.
You just don't think it's physical.
In my head, God is a man.
I would probably say when it's done in his image and his likeness, it's probably with the like range and capabilities, like emotions to feel, to you know what I'm trying to say, like to empathize, to create, to be special, to do all the things that make up humans. You get what I'm trying to say, like all the intangible stuff. I think he gave that, like you say, like a soul, like a spirit in that. Like, I think that's what it's probably more like that. Like he gave that to us because everything, that all the greatness is in us is from God, innit? You know what I'm trying to say, that. So he gave people the ability to do those kind of things, to be special. You get me? I think probably more that the vessel that he put us in is probably just something out of more. I don't want to say convenience or anything like that, but like the human body is so intricate, like it's perfect. Like, you know what I'm trying to say, like, and all the stuff that, like our organs, the way they're protected, the way they work, the way we regenerate, the way we heal, the body that he's made for us is perfect to survive and thrive. You get me? But I think it's more about what's in us. That's what it is.
Okay. So I think basically, a lot of people. Happen.
I'm just thinking, how would the heart be formed in a pod?
What do you mean?
When we talk about like our organs and all that stuff,
Yeah. Form inside the baby, like normal.
I honestly think that the creation is so amazing. It literally is. It's actually a miracle. It's wild to me. It's crazy. We're going to.
No, I was just gonna say, basically everything that you guys said, I think is like most people in the world kind of see it. I have a combination of that or one of those, right? But they also kind of see it as, especially in the Christian worldview, right? And somebody even put it in the chat as well, our ability to create. So in the same way God is able to create us, we're made in his image because we can basically do what God does. We can create, we can create life out of nothing, essentially, right? And so the question I'm linking it back to is basically the fact that we can do all these things, right? We've done certain things since our evolution as human beings, right?
Yeah.
To the point where we are today. Isn't that testament to the fact that we're allowed to do it by God? Can you not see it that way? That we're the fact that we can do it is because we were allowed to do it, if that makes sense.
But you know what it is? We can't do it outside of God's desire for it to be done.
There you go.
Like, if you think about unless God blesses your womb, you will not have a child. Yes, the other means in which you can then get a child, but ultimately the form of creation is from God, because God is the one who creates.
Yeah.
So if God does not ordain that creation, you can't.
happen.
So I don't think that we have that power in that sense to create like God does. I don't think we don't have that. I don't believe we do, because even our ability to create is through God still. Even the fact that this whole pod conversation and all these inventions or whatever is because God has blessed man with that intelligence to be able to do it. So either way, we're still answering to God.
But I think you're saying what I'm saying.
Yeah, but then for me though, I still see
Not
it
necessarily
differently.
because he's given us free will, and obviously he's given us the ability to do things. Just because
Yeah.
we've got the ability to do things, that's not necessarily doing God work. Some of the stuff, just because you've got the ability to do things, doesn't mean you should do them. Some of the stuff that we're doing, we should not be doing.
Yeah.
So you can't say because God's given you the ability, because God's gave you the ability to use your own discretion and use your
Yeah.
own free will and do stuff, but people are still doing the wrong things with it.
You're talking about things like
point.
murder, not like.
But no,
No, but you know what is though? Even for me,
What do you say?
I'm not saying that.
Don't say.
I'm just saying that just
no, but for me though, that's
pure things.
That's why I'm saying that it's a thing where it's a personal conviction thing. Because for me, I will see myself as playing God. If this is not how God wanted me in an ideal world to have a child. Of course, there are different circumstances where people can't have it the way God has ordained, which is fair. But for me, putting my child in a pod, not that I'm necessarily playing God, but that's just not, it doesn't align with what I believe God wanted me to do.
Quick question, right? This is a question. So we see creating life as playing God, but what about saving life? So if we're, God ordained us to die at a certain time, but
Yeah.
we're out here saving lives, is that playing God too? Or not?
Yes.
Or is it only the creation of life that's playing God and not the saving of a life?
Of course, it's the same novel life that's playing God.
Do you know what it is, yeah? Again, I think even with with saving a life, because when I think it, we're doing what we can to help a life. I don't think we're saving a life. Because there's people who you can give them an organ or whatever, and the body can reject and they still die.
No one
So
told you to do
ultimately-
this. No one told you to do this.
Do what?
It doesn't matter, yeah. If you're telling about the talents and the skills that you got gifted
Yeah.
from God, and God made you a brain surgeon, yeah.
Yeah.
God gave you those talents. You took them. You honed it. All right, cool. Then someone came in, and now you've got to go and cut this man's open, and there's a 60% chance he might not live,
Yeah.
but there's a 40% chance that he will, and he needs the surgery. And if I get this right, he's good. Who told you to do this? That
I don't get it.
no one told you that you are playing God. Like you're saying God gave you the talent to be able to fix it, but now you've made that decision for yourself. There's a 60% chance this brother might die. It's in your hands now.
Yeah, but you know that.
You taking that. You're doing a good thing. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
You're trying to help, but you taking that upon yourself and saying, "I'm going to do this. I've got this." I think that is like playing. That is if the other thing's playing God, that's playing God too.
No, but
Because
for
who
me,
takes the responsibility when it doesn't go right? When the person, you're going to take all the praise and the glory when it's right
Yeah.
and it works. When it doesn't go right, what's that down to then?
No, but that's
is that
what
on
I'm
you again.
That's the point I'm
devil?
making though, is that for me, I don't see that as playing God because you can do everything that the percentage of it working can be 99%. If God is like that 1%, actually no, your time is really up, you're going to be dead. So I don't see that as playing God because ultimately we can't give life. We can do whatever we can, but we can't give life. So for me, I don't see that as us playing God because ultimately that answer is still with God about whether or not it's going to work.
This is why I was saying I feel like you're kind of saying the same thing as me because it's almost like the fact that we can create a child in a test tube. Pardon me, you know what I'm trying to say, right? And
I mean, pod isn't any better than chest tube, but yeah.
yeah, exactly. IVF and then a pod, for example.
Yeah.
The fact that this child, starts to breathe and comes to life, isn't that God allowing it? Because like
But
you said, we can't create life. We
With
need God to do
IVF,
it.
do you know what? I think we should take IVF out of conversation.
Okay.
'Cause I believe IVF is to do with like things helping your hormones to be able to like produce enough eggs and all that kind of stuff. So IVF is very different.
No,
this
IVF
thing.
is
Why?
more.
Let me Google it.
IVF is just
But the way you're saying it's different.
I don't believe we're using IVF in the right context.
what?
Why are you saying that's like
Because
playing
with
God?
IVF here, you still end up, from what I know, you still end up like having the baby in a biological
normal
way.
Yeah, 100%. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's just that
It wasn't natural. The
fertilization didn't
insertion
happen
wasn't
inside.
natural, so it's still
Yes.
it's still
I
concocted.
see it as a bit more natural though, because what it is, I feel like it's, for me, I think of IVF as like you've taken medication that helps you get this done.
No, but it's
Yeah,
still outside intervention. Like you're
Yeah.
saying, you don't believe we can give life. I'm of the belief that we can
Okay.
because I've created one. So
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? I think it's just Yeah, it's just not. It's not natural, innit? It's just there's outside intervention.
Yeah, that's all it is. So you're right. It's still the same.
Okay. I'm looking up the definition.
Yeah.
So what I'm pro for is a baby, the sperm and the egg, an embryo being grown in a woman's womb.
Exactly.
That's what I'm pro for.
Yeah.
So it growing in a pod for me is not natural.
Yeah.
Yeah. So IVF is they remove the egg, they fertilize with a sperm, and then it's put back into the woman's womb to grow.
Exactly.
So yeah. So I'm for anything that has the egg
But
growing in your womb.
That's playing God. That's playing God as well, isn't it?
Yeah, this is what I was trying to say. Why do we choose it okay here?
Because if you're saying,
you know what I'm saying?
Because my thing, I
if
just
you're
don't
saying
think
it's
we
ordained,
play
if you can't
God.
have kids, you can't have kids. That's God's. That's the plan. That's your story.
No, but my thing is that regardless of whatever the circumstances is, I don't believe that we play God. I think we do things to help assist to the best of our human knowledge. But my stance is that ultimately, God makes a judgment call.
That's what I was basically saying. I think you're saying the same thing to me because ultimately, whatever happens is because God made it so, isn't it? Isn't that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, but not when the baby's in a pod.
Why is the
Because
pod
that's
not allowed?
unnatural to me. Like, I don't know if I'm not making sense what I'm saying.
No, you're making perfect sense, but I feel as though maybe you're just saying the pod. I'm not allowing to be part of the thing that I think is kind of okay.
No, but
'Cause my
the pod
thing
is unnatural to me.
No, it's definitely unnatural. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not happening inside the woman.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is the whole thing about what you were saying, playing God. We're not playing God because at the end of the day, if it comes to life, right, it's God who's sanctioned it. He's allowed it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, if there was a 1% chance of failure and it failed, it's because it just wasn't your time.
Yeah.
So in the same way, if it is that we were able to create this life in a pod, you know, and the baby comes alive, the baby can run around here like a normal baby, isn't that God sanctioning it? Even though it's unnatural.
Do you know what, actually? Do you know what? I think it goes back to like the free will where it's going to happen.
Okay.
But sanctioning as in you mean that God approves of it?
I guess so. If you want to say,
Yeah,
just
I don't
allowed
think-
it.
yeah.
Forget approve, allowed.
Yeah, but that comes under free will. Because when I think
Okay.
about when the angels left the abode to come here and impregnate the women, and then they gave birth to them scary looking like giants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That again, they were able to come down. There's that free will there. Do you get what I mean? So I don't think that is necessarily. I think we do have free will and to create. We can create whatever it is that we want to create, but I don't equate that as like God being like, yeah, I'm happy with that.
Okay, cool.
Do you get what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. If that makes
Yeah,
if
it
that
makes
puts
sense.
into perspective now what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
So-
and someone in the chat made a good point actually. Obviously, we're all men in here, innit?
Yes.
And pod or woman, we're in the same position.
Yeah.
Esther's the one carrying the baby.
Yeah.
That's why her stance is way different than ours. You know what I'm trying to say? 'Cause
Yeah.
Potentially.
For
But
us,
it's interesting though.
for us men,
Yeah.
whether it's a pod or it's the woman, we are not carrying the baby.
Yeah.
Nothing really changes over here, but over there, everything changes.
But that's interesting because I would have thought that I would be the one who's like, because of everything I'm gonna go through.
You'll be
I
up
would,
for it.
and it's funny because I thought about it earlier. I thought, despite the stretch marks and me getting chubby and whatever else it is, I'm not going to baby in a pod, mate.
Yeah. To be fair, like I would prefer a natural birth anyway. So I'm on your stance, but
Yeah,
I'm not opposed to that being an
That,
option for
yeah.
people.
yeah. I'm not opposed to anything being
You know
on
what I
the
mean?
yeah.
It's not an option for me,
I agree
but
with you. Yeah,
You know what I mean? But obviously, you want to be able to carry the baby
Yeah.
and go through the whole process.
Everything,
Like some women
yeah.
want that. Some women don't want that.
Yeah.
Like Brenton said earlier.
yeah.
Depends.
And that's what I wanted to clarify that. That's why I was asking the question earlier about what I'm saying. Like, is it coming across as this is just my personal views as to
Okay.
me thinking this is wrong? I think anybody that can get help to have a child absolutely
go for
should.
it,
Like,
yeah.
we don't all. Not everybody has that. Not everyone is able to. I don't even know if I'm able to. It's when I start trying that, I will know whether or not I'm able to. Do you get what I mean? So, but this is just my stance. That's why I gave the example about adopting and stuff. Like, I would adopt like that
Yeah.
before
Go to the pod.
going to the pod
Yeah.
is an option for me. Do you get what I mean? So it's down to personal things. I think just because I wouldn't do it, I don't think the option should be taken away from anybody else. Like Brent made a comment of like, you know, trans women, for example, for them they can't
Yeah.
biologically grow a baby or like they can't biologically conceive and everything. So for them that would be good. Like being able to see the baby growing and being part of that, they would get joy from that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
And as it pertains to healers, Emmanuel, I believe that all these sicknesses are like just sin. So it's these healers are combating this particular sin. They're doing the Lord's work. It's an evil, and they're trying to eradicate it.
That's an interesting perspective. I feel like that's kind of a
sickness
topic.
is sin.
No,
Yeah.
evil. Evil. Or
Any cancer, all these particular illnesses.
Yeah.
It's when sin entered the world.
So our people got their sicknesses because of the results of their sins.
No,
No,
it's
not
just
themselves. No.
yeah, not themselves.
sickness.
Oh,
is-
okay.
Just from the very beginning. Any suffering?
No, I was just checking. That's all. I just wanted to make sure what you were saying.
So they're doing God's work, and God basically gives them the skill sets, Emmanuel, to actually save lives.
Yeah.
God
can't
gives us the
just do
skill
it.
sets to do bare stuff, and then we decide what we're going to do with it. You can get that just because you're using the skill set that God saved you doesn't mean you're doing the right thing.
Oh, 100%. As you would probably not want somebody to save a mass murderer, especially if it's that they've licked off one of your family members.
There you go.
But they take an oath in it, and they close their eyes to who's on that particular gunny.
No, even that's probably not even a much of an example because yeah, I don't know. Like people taking skills, like serious talent, and then using it that's supposed to be the name of good, but then doing like bad things with it, like weapons and that. You know what I'm trying to say? Like the mass destruction joints and all that, all these things. People move like they're necessary, or finding these crazy power sources, going nuclear, doing all these things like this. That came from smart people that were gifted by God. Do you think God wanted all of that?
Just talking about healers, to be honest. We were talking about healers.
Oh, you're just sticking with the healers.
We were talking about healers.
No, but you can't just think in one thing. It's got to go through all the point. You
You
can't just.
can ask me a different question.
I don't know how to frame it now.
You could try. You're a very intelligent guy. Use the God-given skills. You've been stupid.
I need
And use it
time.
for good. Go on.
I don't usually use my powers for good. You know what I'm saying?
I'm aware.
But yes. All right. Well, yeah, I think that's pretty much it, man. That particular, I'm not too sure if you guys saw it, but there was a video of that thing, the Ecto Life artificial womb thing floating around. It's fake, basically.
It's fake.
Yeah,
I was going to say they need to try it and see how that child grows up to be.
You know, you need to look at. You seen that city that they're building in the wall in Saudi Arabia?
Yes, I saw a clip of it. Yeah,
In the water.
In the
In the
wall.
wall.
Oh.
It's like 200
yeah.
miles long or something like that, and it's just all in the one wall, and it's just a whole self-sufficient city.
But that's
thing.
triggering my claustrophobia.
It looks sick though. You should look into it.
I
I'd
want to
get
see
there.
that.
See if it's woke or a joke.
Well, we know it's woke now. You just told us.
But what the stuff I've seen, I haven't like looked into it. I've seen it. I don't know if it's
Okay, if
how
it's real,
tangible
real.
these things are. It's very elaborate, but I don't know if it's going into.
Would you live in there?
Would I? Nah, screaming that screaming terrorist attack. Like it can go. There's too many people in close proximity. Like it can go off in there. Like it can go off in there. I don't know if I'd want to be in there. That's dangerous.
Yeah, it's mad.
I want to do a little Google search about what type of terrorism goes on in Saudi Arabia.
I'm not just saying because it was Saudi Arabia. I'm just mean because having so much people in close proximity, like it's just easy to, like if you set up a bomb in there, screwed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not just saying it because of it was the Middle East and boom, boom, boom.
love
I just
that.
mean all those people in one place. I think it'll be harder to protect them. I think. Do you get what I mean? That's
He definitely gets what you mean. I'm glad it's like you got media training. I love it. Let's get into the next headline. Brent out here in trouble someone.
People like.
But there's no place like that where we live in a like.
Such close
No,
proximity.
I hear that, but you're looking at this skinny wall and thinking it's just skinny, but the proportion of it is a bit different than what you're probably just seeing on a little A4 paper.
I know, but it's just all enclosed. It could be anywhere. It could be in England. Like it's just still. It still I'm feeling danger. like-
100%. But flats, estates, well, I mean, it's like the same bloody thing, and it's
Now, Brent.
up.
Yeah, but then you're not gonna
That's not a whole
target.
country.
There's like 1,000 people in. It's not worth it. It's not a target like that. This is everybody here.
Look, to be
crammed
honest,
in.
I don't even know why it is I'm trying to sell it to you. I said I would try it out. You said no. That's right. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
All right. So, First headline is about China. You remember, guys, we spoke about...
Every time I hear China, I think of how Trump said it.
how do you say it?
China.
That guy is mad.
He's on crack.
Remember there was this guy that was protesting and he was kind of beaten up by one of the diplomats.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, so basically this is a continuation of that. So China has removed 6 officials from Britain, including one of its most senior UK diplomats, 2 months after violence at its Manchester consulate. So the UK has requested the officials waive their right to diplomatic immunity to allow detectives to question them over October's incident. Foreign Secretary James cleverly expressed his disappointment that none of the 6 will now face justice. The group included Consul General Zheng Xuan, who denied beating a protester. Pro-democracy protester Bob Chan, who's a Hong Konger, was injured after being dragged onto the consulate grounds and beaten by men on the 16th of October. Mr. Zheng, who was effectively in charge of China's Manchester outpost, denied attacking Mr. Chan after he was identified in photographs and accused of doing so by a senior Conservative MP. But he later told reporters that he had been trying to protect his colleagues, adding that Mr. Chan was abusing my country, my leader. I think it's my duty. China's decision to remove the diplomats is seen by some as an attempt to de-escalate the dispute and avoid further tit-for-tat exchanges between it and the UK. However, the spokesman for the Chinese embassy in London said on Wednesday the UK had failed to protect its staff, adding that it had launched its own representations with Britain over the incident. It said Mr. Zheng had returned to China under a normal rotation of Chinese consular officials after completing a term of office. UK officials made clear the embassy was fully aware that if the diplomats did not agree to take part in the police investigation, then there would be consequences. This is likely to have included the men being declared persona non grata and expelled from the UK. Instead, China has chosen to avoid that outcome by recalling the diplomats themselves. And the next headline is trigger warning here, sad news, 4 people dying. So 4 people had died after a migrant boat got into difficulties crossing the English Channel on a freezing night. A fishing crew spotted the dinghy sinking in ice-cold waters between Kent and France just after 3 o'clock this morning, GMT. The skipper pulled his boat alongside and his crew hauled 31 people to safety in a dramatic rescue operation. Footage filmed from the boat showed some dressed only in t-shirts and thin life jackets screaming for help. The video shared by the owner of the fishing trawler, Ben Squire, showed crew members pulling people out of the water and the boat with ropes. People can be heard panicking and shouting as water appears to fill the inflatable boat. In the night sky, helicopter lights shine down and airlift people away as lifeboats arrive at the scene to continue rescuing people. A government spokesperson said authorities were alerted at 3:05 GMT to a small boat in difficulty off the coast of Dungeness, 30 miles west of Dover. Mr. Squire, who was not on the boat for the rescue, said that the skipper, Ray Strachan, told him they saved 31 people. After hauling them to safety, the crew gave them hot showers, their own clothes, and fed them to help warm them up. So yeah, some sad news there.
That is very sad, man.
Yeah. And the last headline is definitely a trigger warning here of abuse and killing, sexual assault. But it seems like there was some justice. So a sexual predator branded a danger to any woman has been jailed for at least 38 years for murdering Zara Aleena as she walked home from a night out. Jordan McSweeney, who's 29, admitted killing and sexually assaulting a 35-year-old law graduate in Ilford, East London in a late-night attack in June. She was savagely kicked and stamped on by McSweeney, who had followed a number of other women that night. His refusal to be in the dock showed no spine whatsoever, the judge said. In the televised sentencing, Mrs. Justice Chima Grubb told the Old Bailey that McSweeney, who would not come up from the court's cells, had carried out the attack with sickening deliberation. Giving him a mandatory life sentence, the judge said that she did not believe McSweeney's actions on the night of the killing were an aberration. She described him as a pugnacious and deeply violent man. Mrs. Justice Chima Grubb said of the attack it was a steep and sudden escalation of violence that had simmered in his life for many years. McSweeney was also given a 4-year term for sexual assault, a sentence that will run concurrently. The defendant from Dagenham in East London had only recently been released from prison when he carried out the attack. He had 28 convictions from 69 crimes, dating back to 2006, ranging from burglary to assaulting the police and including racially motivated offences.
Some people need to just skip the jail and just straight up
Yeah, get rid of them.
firing squad.
Yeah, man. Sad. But yeah, that's the end of the headlines.
All right, let's get into Word on Road. So the first bit of news is actually very, very sad news. Shook the internet yesterday. And that is that Stephen, Twitch boss, who a lot of people knew from being on Ellen's show as a DJ from like 2014. And then he ended up being executive. That's a glow up, you know. But he then ended up being the executive producer on the show in 2020. He unfortunately died. And trigger warning. Sorry, guys, trigger warning. But yeah, he committed suicide. It's been reported. So they've, what's it called? Sorry, the coroner, the LA County examiner coroner they've concluded the case that there's no foul play. It is suicide. It was basically, he died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head, and yeah, they've just confirmed it. They've confirmed it's just suicide basically, and there's no foul play, and the case is basically closed. And it's just been like really, really sad reaction from everybody, of course, because obviously he was a dancer, and he was like, what people saw of him was always good vibes and everything. And like, I think like even like the last few posts we'd have seen from him, I think his 9-year anniversary with his wife was like 3 days ago. No, about 4 days ago. And on that day, so his wife posted, "It's our 9th anniversary. I couldn't be more grateful to celebrate this perfect magical day. Saying yes to Twitch has been one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. I feel so blessed and loved. I love you, baby, and I will never take you or our love for granted. I love you. Happy anniversary." And so there was that post, and then they like recently posted something as well, like kind of just celebrate that. So they would dance together as well, because she's a dancer as well. And they would dance together, and so it was just been very, 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 very sad. There's been a lot of tributes to him. I will read his wife's one first. So she spoke to People, as in the publication People, and kind of gave like a statement to them, basically, an exclusive statement to them. And she said, it is with the heaviest of hearts that I have to share my husband Stephen has left us. Stephen lit up every room he stepped into. He valued family, friends, and community above all else, and leading with love and light was everything to him. He was the backbone of our family, the best husband and father, and an inspiration to his fans. To say he left a legacy would be an understatement, and his positive impact will continue to be felt. I am certain there won't be a day that goes by that we won't honour his memory. We ask for privacy during this difficult time for myself and especially for our 3 children. And then she said, "Stephen, we love you, we miss you, and I will always save the last dance for you." So sweet. But yeah, and then of course as well, Ellen spoke out. So they were besties, but aside of the work, they were really close as well. And she said, "I'm heartbroken. Twitch was pure love and light. He was my family, and I loved him with all my heart. I will miss him. Please send your love and support to Alison," that's his wife, "and his beautiful children, Wesley, Maddox, and Zaya." And then also Ciara posted as well. She's danced with him as well. And she said, "I am so crushed to hear the news that you are no longer with us. I've always known you as joy, laughter, good times, and a big smile. Heaven has gained an angel today. May you rest in paradise. Praying for your family during this difficult time." And also Jada Pinkett, she said, "I woke up this morning to the news that Twitch is gone. My heart aches for his wife, Alison, and their children, Wesley, Maddox, and Zaya. My condolences to all his loved ones that he has left behind. We had a lot of good times on the set of Magic Mike. He was so sweet, kind, and generous. So many people suffer in silence. I wish he could have known that he didn't have to. May his beautiful, shining soul rest in the arms of the great Supreme, and may that same higher power heal the shattered hearts of his loved ones." And then Michelle Obama as well. She said, "I was heartbroken to learn about the passing of Stephen, who I got to know over the years through my Let's Move initiative and visits to the Ellen Show. Stephen was an incredible force, someone who radiated kindness and positivity and made sure that people around him could feel it too. We felt his spirit in every dance, every DJ set, every piece of creativity that he brought to life, and my heart goes out to his family as well." She said, "If any of you are struggling, you need someone to talk to, please know that you are never alone. There's always someone ready to help." And then she gives on details, which would be good for our American listeners. You can call or text the Suicide and Crisis Hotline by dialing 988. So the the biggest shock really has just been the fact that this man always radiated light and just positivity and just good vibes. And obviously this has happened, which is just crazy to even think about. But I think this just highlights the reality of what mental health illnesses really are, in that you just never know. You just never know what people are going through. I know we say that all the time. I think people take that for granted, but that is really a reality. That people are not the reflection of what it is that you see them like give to you. Sometimes it's literally just a performance. And I was reading this interesting thread actually by this lady who is I think she's a clinical psychologist, I believe. And she was saying how people don't understand how suicide is. Like, yes, you'd be like, oh, that person, he was always happy there. But yesterday I saw him and this morning I saw that. Yeah, but she was saying how like, with suicide, it's just so much that happens where it's a thing where when people get to that point, there's hardly anything that can bring them back from that point. And she was basically saying like, it's a lot of chemicals and stuff that goes on with the brain. And she was saying how people should exercise. She's like, exercise and breathing. I think we really underestimate breathing. I told you guys when I did psychedelic breathing and how much it just literally, I felt so light in my body just from that 1 hour session. It was ridiculous. Like I was like, wow. So the power of breathing is just crazy. And she was talking about like people practicing breathing. Like sometimes just breathing, that helps to slow down your brain. It helps to put in the right chemicals that need to go in your brain and all that stuff. Like, you know the chemicals that you get when you exercise? That. And then she was also saying that a good advice as well is for people that like sort out your childhood trauma, sort out the trauma you have as an adult, sort out things before it gets to that point where you can't go back from it. And I think that is really, honestly, the biggest message here is that none of us are perfect. Everyone deals with stuff, but there is help. And prevention, we hear it all the time, prevention is better than cure. It's better to sort something out before you get to a point of no return. And I just want people to really, really reflect on that. But anyone in the UK as well who is triggered by this conversation or who want someone to talk to, the Samaritan helpline is 116 123 and it's available 24 hours in a day. So yeah, speak to people, speak to your friends, speak to family, and if that is a lot for you, speak to a professional, someone who doesn't know you, is objective, but don't suffer in silence. But yeah, sending love to everyone who's dealing with things of that nature. It's not easy. It's very difficult, but you can overcome it. And then my next bit of news is that Gunna has been released.
Oh, is it?
Gunna is out. Gunna is out and free. So he basically took a plea deal. Not a plea deal, sorry. He basically pled guilty.
Okay.
So he's pled guilty in things related. So, and he's out. So he basically took what is referred to as an Alford plea, which is basically known as a best interest plea. And basically, the accused maintains their innocence while accepting a plea and the repercussions of a guilty verdict. So you accept the situations, but then you also assert the fact that you're innocent in that. And there's a clip circulating at the moment where, which is what happens basically when you take a plea. They kind of read out just to kind of you can basically admit. That's just openly admit for the records, obviously, and stuff like that. And they basically you can hear them saying. You accept that, there was gang affiliation with this and blah, blah. And with like YSL, there was YSL gang. So you hear them kind of talk about YSL the label, which he says he was part of YSL the label. Yeah. And then you hear them refer to YSL the gang, which he says he was not part of kind of thing. And he says he does understand that his involvement with YSL the label would have helped indirectly with matters to do with YSL the gang. Obviously the money he makes from music, all that kind of stuff would have helped with that. So, and then... So the plea he took, what he would have really got was 5 years for it. But he spent a year in prison after that.
I think it was 7 months, I read.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So basically it kind of works out. So he's got to do basically 500 hours of community service.
So what, and then it's done?
Yeah, but it's like a suspended sentence.
Okay.
So don't get in trouble, basically. If you get in trouble, then you're back in there.
That's a good result.
But he makes, very good result.
Apparently.
But the streets are saying he's a snitch.
He's a snitch.
All right, break it down for us, please, Mags.
I can't break it down. I haven't.
I ain't snitched.
Wow.
I haven't snitched before.
I don't know how it works.
No, as in why they're calling him a snitch.
If I'm totally honest with you, I saw the story. When did it break? Last night?
Last night, yeah,
Yeah, I'm not on the internet. I saw the story this morning there, and I haven't had a chance to read or think nothing. I assume they're just saying he's a snitch because he's coming home, and that's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
I haven't got into the bones of it to know whether there's any substance behind these accusations or not.
So basically, they're saying, because initially, Young Thug was basically saying, it's not a gang. It's a record label.
I was saying him pleading guilty is indirectly
100%.
Yeah, it's basically saying that you're admitting that there was YSL the gang, and you're admitting that people were involved with YSL the gang, and the person who's going to, I can't believe they got Young Thug. You know?
it's not snitching, it's dry.
And
Also, it's dry snitching.
He got caught.
it's not directly.
He got caught in a car with Young Thug with drugs and weapons.
Yeah.
And he said it's not his.
Who? Young Fox said it wasn't.
Gunna said it wasn't his.
That it wasn't his gun.
Yeah.
And it was just them two in the car.
So that
So it's somebody's gun. It ain't mine, but.
So people are saying that Young Thug's gonna go down for this particular.
Thug's
of guilt.
gone.
I'll be honest with you. Yeah.
Thug's been gone.
I'll be honest with you. I think.
Thug's
Yeah,
done,
Thug's
No,
been
no,
screwed.
Thug is gone. Like it's done.
Yeah, they're going to put him under the
Do you know
jail.
what I think? Do you know what I reckon? I reckon, yeah, the way he came out as well, it was never about him. It was always about Young Thug because the charges, they just added new charges to him the other day.
Oh, the fuck, yeah, I saw that, yeah.
I feel like he's the big fish.
Fug's finished.
Is it?
Yeah. Fug's finished.
In my opinion, he's the big fish, and he's who they needed to get. He's who they needed to get because they keep adding stuff.
Big Meech.
And
Even
they've got enough. They've got proof of.
They can move everything,
things.
man.
And maybe Thug said, "Brother, I'll hold it."
I think I even read something about like
Just look
even
after me.
Maybe.
I mean, he's within his rights to plead.
he looks so innocent. He looks so sweet.
No, you are. You're in the stand by yourself. You got to make a decision for yourself. Because you're within your rights to plead. If you want to plead guilty, that's within your rights. You get me? If it
As you said
leaves a
before,
bad taste in people's mouth.
God allows you to do whatever.
There
It
you
depends on
go.
what you do for it, innit?
Don't bring Jesus into stuff.
Snitching is snitching, yeah. taking responsibility for your own future. I think it's harder for people to judge you and knock you for. If I didn't give no information on nothing very rare, but I've made a choice for my future, it's harder for people to chat shit. But if my choice is making you look bad, that's where that's
where you got to take accountability for what you did. Because I'm sorry, I'm not going to jail for stuff I didn't do.
No, but that's why I have to take accountability for my actions too, though.
Brent, of course not. I'm living one toe
This is it.
in the land.
This is it.
Yeah, no, it's making me look bad. You're making me look bad. But again, it's definitely shaky.
But you know what's mad?
Because you know your actions are going to make your
But
person
hold
look
on,
bad. But like I said, I think I came here by myself. I'm going to leave by myself. I'm allowed to make a decision for myself. If the best deal for me here now is to plead guilty, so I'm going to walk, I should be allowed to do that. But if my actions make you look bad, then I'm up this. I don't know.
No, but you know what it is though? My actions cannot make you look bad if you're already bad. It's not like you're innocent bypasser and then my saying I didn't do it, they're like, okay, well, it must be that guy. Let's just get him then. Boy, you had more charges than I did. There's nothing I'm doing here that's making you look like nothing that you're not.
No,
Big up Gunna, man.
there's got to be conversations here. If we're saying, if we all get arrested, and we get arrested and they're saying the day after is a criminal organization, and I'm here fighting it saying, no, it is not. It is headlines, boom, boom, boom. And then
It's headlines.
no, it is. And then you go take it upon yourself to go and plead guilty to this charge. Then everything's unraveling because your admission is to say I am lying now.
Can I tell you why I'm the word and word expert?
What?
Because Young Thug already pleaded guilty.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's guilty. Yeah, he pleaded guilty already, time ago.
Oh, is it?
So what's the problem there?
Oh, there's no problem
He's
then.
pleaded guilty.
But not as him saying that YSL was a gang.
What did he plead guilty to?
That man has racketeering charges. He's got murders. He didn't plead guilty for shoplifting. I'll tell you that.
Do you know what he pleaded guilty to?
No. Don't embarrass me.
I was just saying.
Do that again. No, he pleaded guilty to something. There's too many charges for me to keep up with. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm word on road. I'm not word in the street. So I don't cover that part. But he already pled guilty. So I don't think Gunna did anything that makes him look worse. But I do. But the streets are definitely. I think it's divided basically. Some people are saying he's not a snitch, and then because of the video that came out, because people basically called him as a champion. They were saying that he did the right thing. He held it down, and he's just been released as if that just happens. And then obviously the video that's come out now, as in we hear the barrister reading like, so you're aware that Grice are the gang, and you're saying you're not. Do you know what I mean? People are like, so you did snitch.
I'm waiting for.
Oh, what's the video saying?
But then people are saying that. But then what they're saying as well though is that this happens. Like, it always happens. Whether it's guilty or not guilty, they have to read out these things and you have to answer yes to it, basically. But honestly, it is what it is, isn't it?
I'll wait till this evening. Apparently, when it is that you're with your compadres, you talk properly and freely.
Well, I'm gonna
Oh, he's
go.
got a statement.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna
come
watch.
up more informed.
I'm gonna watch it in. I'm gonna take it in because I want to see what the man knows about this. You get me?
All right, let me read
But
you.
I haven't that video, that court stuff. I haven't seen any of it. So I
I'll
don't
send
know
it to
none
you.
of it.
I'll DM it to you. I'm gonna read Gunna's statement, his press statement. He's so funny. His name's Sergio Kitchens. But anyways, he says, when I became affiliated with YSL in 2016, I did not consider it a gang, more like a group of people from Metro Atlanta who had common interests and artistic aspirations. My focus of YSL was entertainment, rap artists who wrote and performed music that exaggerated and glorified urban life in the black community. While I have agreed to always be truthful, I want to make it perfectly clear that I have not made any statements, have not been interviewed, have not cooperated, have not agreed to testify or be a witness for or against any party in the case, and have absolutely no intention of being involved in the trial process in any way. He's not going back. Basically, he's not testifying. He's not doing anything. This is it.
So then
He stepped out. He's not going back in
what
there.
have the police got out of him? Just the
Oh,
fact
wait,
that
let
he
me finish
admits that
up.
they're a gang. That's it.
But he pleaded. He's pleaded. So they've got his conviction.
But let me.
They want their conviction rate. So
me
that's
finish
a
up.
guilty. So they've got what they wanted.
So he says, I have chosen to end my own RICO case. That's it. So he was basically
okay.
I've chosen to end my own RICO case with an Alfred's plea and end my personal ordeal by publicly acknowledging my association with YSL. And then basically it goes on to define what an Alfred plea is, and in my case is the entry of a guilty plea to the one charge against me, which is in my best interest, while at the same time maintaining my innocence toward the same charge. I love and cherish my association with YSL Music and always will. I look at this as an opportunity to give back to my community and educate young men and women that gangs and violence only lead to destruction.
It's still, even though he's saying he never knew it was a gang or he don't see it as a gang,
I don't believe that.
He's still admitting that his acknowledgement and his association with the gang. So if there's other people that's currently on trial moving like this ain't a gang, you are hindering my shit.
No, but they've got the witnesses they've got. Yeah, they've got hella witnesses.
No, obviously everybody knows. Don't get me wrong. We all know what
Yeah.
it is. Everybody knows what it is. But it's not that's irrelevant. It's about what you can prove in the court of law and how things look and stuff like that. So we can know that they're guilty, but you can still get off if it's. You get what I'm trying to say? If you're a thing. So what they're saying is, it doesn't matter what's the facts. We don't care about facts and reality. We're not doing that. We're trying to beat this case here.
Yeah, of course.
You're making my job
harder.
No, but you know,
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
what I even read the other day, they're saying that even with the witnesses and stuff, so basically I think they're not going to allow like media, you know, like when you're in court, they do like drawings and stuff of the situation. They're not going to allow that for the witnesses to protect the witnesses. Some of them dying. Some of them, they turn up missing sometimes. So, but I'll keep an eye on, Young Thug's situation. It's wild. I can't believe that.
Do you think the snitch allegations will affect his career?
Who, Gunna?
Yeah.
Not at all. Because rap music glorifies all this stuff anyway.
Snitching?
No, I said the snitch allegations.
Oh, the snitch. I thought you said the snitch. No, snitch sang is still making hella money.
How popular is he? What's his demographic? Because if he's crossed over, like if he crosses over, then it won't make no
He hasn't
goddamn
crossed over.
difference.
I think it's like
Nowhere.
Future, Fog, then Gunna will kind of be below those two, I guess.
You think? Even above the Lils?
I think he's like
Lil
a
Baby in them.
He ain't above little
He's
bit.
like a Lil Baby.
I think Lil Baby's above Gunna.
Yeah, definitely is.
Yeah. So like Future,
I
Fog,
think-
Baby.
I feel like he's like a number
Gunna's
6.
Kinda,
I think this game's foul. Niggas don't give a shit about nothing. So if he comes home and starts making bangers,
Yeah, it's true.
Because remember he got arrested when his last album came out. That's when he got caught. And people were really upset. They're like, oh, and then they had to cancel like shows and all that kind of stuff. He might just get back on. I think he'll be fine, to be honest with you. Because believe it or not, 6ix9ine is still out here thriving.
is he?
Apparently. I think he broke into a different market, because that guy's still making
Maybe.
money. But not with our community.
Gunna's way above Lil Baby. You think so, Stacey?
Really? It's interesting.
that don't count. I don't know what's going on in America, but not over here, he ain't, boy.
You don't know what's going on over in America. It's like he's from America.
Yeah, I'm just saying, little baby's bigger over here than Gunna is.
Yeah, I think in the UK.
Yeah,
In the UK.
Yeah, oh, hands down, it's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy. Like obviously, we know about Gunna. Gunna's definitely got a core fan base, but he ain't bigger than the little one.
Yeah, man.
Not over here.
But no, you guys listen to Young Thug's album with Chris Brown. Masterpiece. Masterpiece, man. Sick. And I'm not just saying that because of Chris Brown. It genuinely is
I was playing it
great
yesterday.
work. Beautiful.
I
Beautiful.
need to check it out, man.
You should. I hope Young Thug is okay, man. He looks like such a babe. Like, anyway, it'd be the niggas you don't know. Well, anyway, on that, still on the topic of prison. So I actually saw this because Shadeborough posted it. So credit to Shadeborough. But they posted that Andy, he founded Trend Central, I guess.
Oh, I think it is Andy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Andy Amadi. He started, Backchat, Trend Central, all that stuff. He's been sentenced to prison for 12 months for fraud. He's been charged with conspiracy to do fraud. And so has DJ Matthews. He was, I guess a lot of people knew about him from Backchat.
Yeah.
So Iyanya Matthews as well, which is very wild.
Damn it, man.
Damn it, man, for real. So they've been sentenced. The reason I couldn't really find much on further details, if I'm being honest. I did try.
Brent, what about you? You were out here hunting for information. Did you find anything?
I was hunting for information.
Stop me, Sylvie, man.
Silence is deafening.
Anyway, you asking in the chat for information.
What chat?
Move, man.
So what chat?
Our chat, nigga.
Our group chat?
Yeah.
Well, that's that on that. So yeah, unfortunately, I can't give you guys that much information. It's just that they've been imprisoned, sentenced to 12 months in jail for fraud, which is very, very sad news. But I think there'll be yeah. So there is that. That's in UK news. Not much going on here. But I wanted to end with something positive actually, because it's been a bit low today, low vibrational. But so there's an Afrobeat artist called Iyanya. He did that song. No, Brent, no, not today.
So I didn't hear what you said.
No, it's all right. Listen back to it when the audio comes out.
All right. Man, what did you say?
No, don't worry about it.
Can he say it like that? That song's so sexy.
Don't throw in sexy because now I'm gonna wanna say it again.
Cool.
But so he's an Afrobeat artist. Like he's defo made a print on Afrobeats. He's definitely one of the top guys that's up there. But he tweeted something that I thought was so interesting. And again, I like things that show the reality of the world we live in, the reality of music business, the reality of content creating. Like it's not all rosy and perfect. So he tweeted, he said, last year, December 2021, I performed at 3 shows. 1 paid, and I begged to perform at 2 just to be seen. And then he said, fast forward to 2022 December, I wake up and every day to alerts for shows. Haven't had this kind of busy December since 2017, which is when I think one of his singles that went off. And it says 20 plus shows in 1 month. God, thank you. And then he goes and say, to my fans and everyone who streamed my music this year, God bless you. There's got to be more. And I promise 2023 will be a better year for everyone who has supported me this year. We will definitely have a great 2023. And I just thought it was very, very wholesome and helpful. Because, sometimes people just assume that celebrities have money and life is great for them and they've just got jobs in the bank. Sometimes they don't. And I love the realness of that. I loved the fact that he was like, no, last year I was basically paid for 1 show. And over to, I think one of the 2 that he performed at, that he asked to perform at, I think one of them was a wedding. And he asked them if he could perform at their wedding kind of thing. And someone tried to shame him for him, and someone was like, he just said that. Why would you try and shame him for that? But I love when people are very, very real about the realities of life. So hopefully that anyone who's doing whatever they're doing and you feel like, you're not being seen, your story can change literally in a blink of an eye. I even saw a video actually. I think the guy he interviewed with Stephen, that CEO Stephen guy. Is his name Stephen? Yeah, it's Stephen, yeah. And he was basically saying how he works with Oprah now. Or for Oprah, whatever the situation is, Oprah and him, colleagues. But he was basically saying how he used to upload YouTube videos consistently and he would only get 12 views every single time. And he would carry on, he would just keep going. And then one of those views was Oprah. And that's what changed his life. Could you imagine? Getting 12 views on your YouTube channel every single time. And he just kept going, didn't care about the views, just kept going. And one of those views is what changed his life because one of those views was Oprah. Do you know how sick that is? So anyone who's out there doing whatever you're doing, just keep going and the days will come when you will benefit, you reap the fruit of your work.
That's why they gotta like the video.
You gotta like the video.
Otherwise, it wouldn't have got to Oprah, right?
That's it.
There you go.
That's a word, exactly. So share things. Don't be a witch. Share things. You never know. You never know what could happen. But yeah, guys, that is all from me today. Hopefully, I can keep this hype beat up. Let's get into People's Journal.
Welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from economics.
Mark, just look good. Thank you.
Just say something.
I don't know. I keep saying things, and I say the thing's right in front of you.
Yeah, but I wasn't looking there.
Yeah.
But she's probably told you a couple of times before. Be mindful of what you do with your phone.
She's never said that to me before.
I don't think he'd bring me in it.
So you have been telling him to move his hand.
No.
Oh,
She told me one time and I moved it.
Yeah,
but
you
you
said
That's what I'm talking about.
You said a couple of times.
but you see first before I even
why
switch.
don't you do this? Like, what does this mean? Like, what does this actually mean?
What do you mean?
How
did
do you have
research.
your phone like that?
What, like this? What are you talking about?
You know how weird that is?
He's taking selfies.
How's that weird? I'm not. I'm on Twitter.
No, before you was.
No, I done
This is ridiculous.
I done a poll.
Remember, I can see your phone.
Yeah, look, I done a poll.
I know.
Oh, you're doing a poll.
Yeah.
Oh,
Interaction.
you set yourself up.
Right?
All right, don't worry.
People's Journal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an
You
economics
get it?
and factual point of view.
Okay.
And the
You don't be adding ad-libs. Your intro.
You got to remind the people, man. Well, yes, the first thing I want to talk about is basically, I know I've been going on and on about the different strikes that's basically happening and going to happen. The rail strikes, buses, highway workers,
They're getting on my nerves.
even
with
the airport baggage handlers, nurses now
that.
as
They're
well.
today, isn't it?
Yeah, Royal Mail.
They actually let them do it.
Yeah, so they're starting today, their first of 2 full day. It's not 2 days in a row, but it's 2 days that they got planned for strikes, and that starts today. This week, this whole month is a lot, There's a lot of stuff, man. So people, honestly, when it comes to just planning your journeys, you really need to check, every day. Because, even if you haven't got a full-blown strike today,
Yeah.
sometimes the effects kind of go on to the
Crosses
next
over.
day, yeah. So, anyway, I just wanted to kind of give a brief for this week anyway. So today, the 15th, you've got the nurses striking and you've got Royal Mail, right? So don't expect no deliveries in that. Tomorrow, on the Friday, you've got rail, buses, highway workers, and baggage handlers all striking tomorrow. That's going to be the same for Saturday as well. And on the Sunday, you've got baggage handlers striking as well. I'll give more information next week. But pretty much the following week anyway, you've got reduced services of busier trains. So it's not a full-blown strike, but from Monday to Friday next week, the 19th to the 23rd, it's going to be reduced services of trains and stuff. On the Saturday, though, there is a strike. So this is next Saturday, the 24th, before Christmas. There is a strike of trains, right? A train strike.
You are going to be... You guys are better do your Christmas shopping beforehand.
Yeah, exactly.
Are
So,
you
yeah.
planning Christmas shopping yet?
No. I'm not involved this year. Everyone's in my thoughts for Christmas.
So yeah, so that's basically just an update on the strikes and stuff like that. Regarding the whole Royal Mail striking as well, because again, we reported that they started striking a while ago and they're still planning on continuing. Royal Mail have actually come out to basically say, look, people should actually go into stores, right, to, rather than rely on online shopping.
I don't think you realise it.
So people, in fact, we were talking about this earlier about
Yeah.
how should you shop online for Boxing Day and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yes,
right?
yeah.
So basically, yeah, they pretty much said, look, retailers have actually come out and said, look, people should actually go into stores.
Oh, shut up, man. It's cold. Of course they'll say that.
No, but they're saying because you're not going to get your gifts on time. So because the Royal Mail strike.
I'll be all right.
Hey, they're warning you. Remember last time you didn't listen to the
Do
people?
you know, it's so funny because I'm a last minute shopper, and just this one I was thinking, I actually need to get my niece and nephew. I was like, oh crap. I was like, I just order online. And then I remembered because last time, you're right. Last time I did not listen. I was stuck in the bus,
There you go.
and I was like, oh, but the Royal Mail.
Yeah.
Leave this God.
It's people that hate striking don't understand. You see, the only thing that I hear about striking, is that there's no conviction in it. They're always folding, and and that's the problem. You get what I'm trying to say? That they need to stick together. Who are the best strikers? Probably the bus man, innit? TFL and that train man. They kind of synchronize on that.
Yeah, they love that.
They say they're doing it, but like with that nurses and thing, they got too much compassion. They always change their mind. They threaten, say we're gonna walk out.
But they're doing it today. They're doing it today.
Are they gonna do it? I think they're gonna back out again, man.
I think they're gonna do it.
Remember, some of them are doing it because if I'm not mistaken, I think the nurses in England said they voted against it.
Yeah.
Scotland said they're doing it.
Scotland are doing it. The rest of the UK are doing it. Yeah.
I think they're gonna back out, man. I think they're gonna they care about their patients too much and thing. They're just gonna say no, we're not doing it. But I think they need to for stuff to happen.
Facts, man.
Everyone's got to feel it. Like the government's got to feel it. You got to just cripple the country, and then that's how you get changes. You're just making all these threats and these empty threats and they don't take you seriously.
They're not gonna take it serious. It's true. I mean, in the ideal world, obviously the government will just give them the money they deserve, man. But we know that never happens.
Doing that?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Like I was saying, the Royal Mail. Okay. Yes. So, yeah.
Sorry, people. Everybody, put the camera on me. I've got to leave. I've got to go. My bad. I'll see you in the morning. I'll be back.
Don't like the video.
Yeah, like, subscribe, share, all of that stuff. We never done nothing special for our 3,000 subscriber. That's a different conversation. See you later, guys.
Yeah, Brendan's sick of you today. It's like, get out of my studio, mate.
So yeah, like I said, that's just the Royal Mail and retailers basically saying, look guys, if you actually want your gifts, you're serious about it, go to the stores.
Shops.
Yeah, don't rely on deliveries and stuff. And remember before we spoke about the airport looking to scrap the whole 100 mils
Oh, please, I hope
liquid
they are.
rule, yeah?
Yeah.
They're going to be scrapped.
Yay! From when?
2024. Yeah, man.
I know you lying. What year are we going into? 23? Oh,
23,
crap.
man, yeah. So, some security rules.
But that's good, though.
Yeah.
About damn time. As in
telling you.
everywhere? Or it's going to be a slow...
They've set the deadline for
Okay, sick.
June 2024 for most UK airports to install new high-tech 3D scanners
well.
that show more detailed images of your baggage.
That is so good.
Yeah, man. So basically that change will see the 100 ml liquid rule increase to 2 litres and mean
Okay, let's not go too far.
I mean that passengers won't need to remove electrical items from bags at security. Just a lot easier, man.
That is definitely easier.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. Yeah. Passengers are currently required, as we know, to remove items such as tablets, laptops, liquids from the hand luggage and all that type of stuff. See
See, babes?
liquids, sunscreen, all that type of stuff, innit? And that's been in place since 2006 November. But, like I'm saying, it should probably be a good thing for most people. They're looking to scrap that rule, man. Thank God for that. And the last thing, I haven't got much information because it's literally happening right now as we speak. And it's regarding the Bank of England and their decision to change the interest rates. So basically, central banks are in the spotlight today, as I just mentioned, very much. And this is because of the Bank of England and the European Central Bank, both of them are setting the interest rates, right? So both banks are trying to fight double-digit inflation. Yesterday I spoke about it. It's down a bit, but obviously not down to a level where everyone's kind of happy, which is obviously going to take some time. But to combat it from getting worse or continue at the same rate, banks are looking to, well, people are at least kind of predicting that this is what the Bank of England are going to do, which is to basically raise the interest rates. So basically what they're trying to do is raise it by 0.5 percentage point. So that will take the UK interest rates to 3.5%, right? Which is the highest level since October of 2008. So currently it's at 3%. People are predicting it will go up to 3.5%, right? And that's literally all the information I have as of right now.
Okay.
Hopefully tomorrow I have more or next week. But yes, that's it for the People's Journal, man.
Sorry, quick question. Brent, this is for you. Why do people think Marks did a poll?
I think because he mentioned that he was doing a poll on his Twitter, and I said, "Oh, you're doing a poll." I've said, "Oh, you're doing a poll for a different reason."
Oh,
But
yeah.
I've just put the poll up because Emmanuel asked me to put a poll up.
Okay, so they
just
think-
connected the two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all be paying attention. I love that. Attentive.
Yeah, this poll is basically for Walker.
Our next segment.
Yeah.
Let's get into Work a Joke. So tune in. I find myself singing along sometimes too.
You can't change your answer, innit, in the poll
No, you
after
can't.
you've selected, right?
Nah.
Cool.
They can let us know in the comments. You know, they love to let us know things in the comments.
Well, today's woke or joke, right? Simple question. Brent's already put it in the chat, and basically this is the question: which of the following can affect how effectively a vaccine works? So basically, it could be literally none of the things I'm about to say. It could be one, or it could be multiples.
Is this an opinion thing or a fact thing?
It's a fact thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but
A fact thing or a hashtag fact thing?
Hashtag fact thing. So even more stronger fact. So, right, so you don't understand the question is, which of the following can affect how effectively us as human beings take on the vaccine?
Take a vaccine, okay.
Yeah. First thing is your race and geographical location. So basically, self-explanatory. Second thing is how you were born. So basically, be it, vaginal, C-section, that type of thing. And the third is the subjects and languages you study.
Now, you know, that it's
Especially
not
in your
languages.
formative years.
It's not that. Although I do think Nigerians, we be strong and stuff. So there is that.
What I would say to you is, don't overlook anything so quickly.
The fact that you put that third option in there, you put it in there for a reason.
I don't think.
I'm not saying it's my answer,
Yeah, well,
but you know what I mean?
I have a think about it. I don't think being able to speak Yoruba makes me. Then again, the Yoruba man blood in me.
Remember, certain languages. Sorry to cut you. Remember,
okay.
certain languages use certain parts of your brain, innit?
I
Right.
wonder what part Yoruba uses.
There you go. Well, I'm not sure if
It's
certain
a skilled
use
language
it,
there because.
but language uses a part of your brain, and so
Oh, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I think they're probably gonna make it Western languages anyway. Like,
well, and remember I said languages and subjects you study. So and also as we know, reading and all them type of things there develops the brain. So again,
okay, so
is that linked?
okay, so that option is technically about your brain then.
Yeah, basically. How you develop your brain.
I'm just going to pick option one and then let you explain the rest.
YouTube likes peace.
Why do you think it's option one?
Uh,
Your race and geographical location.
because out of the three options, that seems the most plausible.
Okay. So during the COVID thing, do you feel as though some people from certain races and certain countries, perhaps, were taking on the vaccine in a much more effective way than others?
I'm not sure it's that, but you know how they were saying how if you live in a country with a certain temperature, you're less prone to catching COVID. So, that's the reason why I went for that option.
Okay.
Yeah. I also, to add to that as well, I think also, like, diet comes under that as well, I would say. Like, in terms of like race and like culturally, what you eat, geographical,
Good
are
point.
you surrounded by a lot of like insects and,
And certain foods, greens and all
and like the
fruits.
water as well. Like, is there hella bacteria in the water, that kind of stuff. So yeah. And the second option was
How you were born.
how you're born.
Yeah, how you were born.
Vaginal or pod.
Yeah, exactly.
Call the episode that. It's like a sex tape advert. No, I wouldn't say that one.
Unless how you were born affects the strength of your immune system, then I wouldn't see why
Sorry.
how you were born plays a part here.
That's a good point. What are you laughing at?
I'm just trying to like imagine being born from a vagina. You're out here like you don't collect gems on your way out.
What? Gems? What do you
Do you know
mean?
what I mean? You don't attach yourself some good luck on your way out of a vagina for it to be a case where like
You never know. Because remember, you talking about biology earlier. You know what I'm saying? Talking about it's important and all them things there. You never know, Esther.
my brain is silly, man.
Brent, what do you think?
Probably the first one, your race and geographical location. I mean,
Okay.
I would like for you to explain the last one to me, if it is the last one.
Okay, what's the last one? Let me see.
With the subjects and languages.
Okay, cool.
If it is the case. And the second one, I guess, if you take on the potential ailments of your mother, right? So if she is immune to something, maybe that's good for you. If she's not, if she's weak, then again that might be bad for you, right? Certain things are passed on. You're susceptible to certain things based on your mother. So maybe that's a shout too. Yeah, but I understand why people have picked the first one en masse.
Okay.
But like, with the vaginal one, what is the option? Oh, sorry. It's my spirit summoning things. I'm joking. What is the option?
What do you mean?
That what's the actual? Is it just vaginal, or it's how you were born, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
As in, and that's relating to.
To how well you take on the vaccine and stuff.
What you say?
No, but that's related
You
to
mean vaginal or
Yeah, C-section.
Or
stuff.
C-section, yeah.
C-section.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys. So what's the poll say, bro?
65% say your race and geographical location. 22% say how you were born, and 12% say subjects and languages learnt whilst young. 41 people have voted so far.
I would love to know those people who mentioned the whole languages thing. I would love to know how they've connected it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying it's wrong, by the way.
Yeah.
But I want to see how they arrived at that.
It might be linked to what you
answer.
said before about the brain.
Yeah.
I thought it kind of was stupid, like, if you can't read what's on the thingy, then you ain't taking it.
So good.
Hey, maybe, but maybe. All right, cool. Should I wrap it up?
Yes, thank you.
Someone's out here in the comments giving up our locations. Y'all don't care about security.
What happened? What address?
The heck?
Nah,
Sorry.
someone asked earlier whose studio this is, isn't
I
it?
don't care what anyone asks. You email like everybody else to find out where it is. What the hell do you think this is going on here?
But yes, okay. So basically, are you guys remember? I also gave you guys the option to say all of these could be jokes, right?
Yeah.
Remember? No one wants to go with everything being a joke.
No.
Okay, I think that
I think there's some truth in number one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, sometimes these bloody vaccines are only made to kill us, isn't it?
Okay.
do you know where I'm gonna go?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna just say it's all a joke.
Okay, cool.
Every last one of them.
Okay, so yours is all a joke.
All joke.
Yusuf is number one. Brent, you're saying number
I think
one.
the first one is the best.
Let's
But you know what I'm thinking? Sorry, let me just walk through my process. I think it's the power of the vaccine. If the
Okay.
vaccine makes sense and the vaccine is doing what it's meant to do, because when I think of how many vaccines are given to different people around the world, and the outcome is still the same. Like people in poorer countries, they give them a polio vaccine, they're not gonna go ahead and develop polio. Do you get what I mean? So I think it's really it's more about the vaccine than it is of a circumstance, other situations.
Okay, but you don't think any of those other factors could determine, maybe increase the probability of, you know what I'm saying, a bit? You literally think it's just down to the vaccine?
I'm also down to like geographical, because they could give you a vaccine for malaria. And if you're chilling with mosquitoes, they're gonna bite your ass. Yeah, I will go with. Okay, I think the other two are jokes, and the race and geographical is woke.
Okay, cool. So basically, everyone said number one. If we kind of, not to start a bit of trouble, but if it is number one, are we kind of saying, I'm not putting words in anyone's mouth, but just kind of saying that some vaccines could be made to target some races and some people in geographical locations over others?
Yes.
That's a quick yes from Brent.
So one more time.
Do you think that some vaccines could then be made to kind of target and be more effective for certain races and certain people in certain...
I'll raise you one. I'll throw classes in there. Certain social classes get the best vaccine going.
Yeah, I think there's some truth in that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't think Trump had the same vaccine we had? Or never mind.
All right, cool. So look, Brent, the polls haven't changed at all.
This guy is dragging us out, bro. I want the
What's
answers.
the answers?
Sorry. Okay, so starting with number 3. Subjects and languages you study in formative years. Joke. It's gonna have to do with it. Yeah?
Okay.
You could be a
Yeah,
very
amazing.
dumb person and the vaccine works very well. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people were saved from the vaccine. Number 1, your race and geographical location.
Woke. It's good. X Factor.
Joke.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yes. As far as this poll is concerned.
Just kidding me. Like, you used to be thinking, like, what's the answer?
No, I'm waiting for him to explain how number 2 is the right answer.
It may not be. I could have
What's the
just
point of
made all
being
it
wrong?
wrong.
One right answer in there to make it nice, isn't it?
All right.
dear.
Okay. So the answer is. Hold on. Where the hell's my tab gone?
I was right, wasn't I? It's all a joke.
What's funny is Esther
Remember,
was laughing.
It's meant to be woke or joke. It can't be all joke.
No, it can't be, because remember,
Yeah.
he called it back. He said, remember I told you that all of these could either be woke or joke.
I know, but I thought he was just doing that to, make us think.
Thingy.
That's man, man.
Well, you said might be right. But you remember earlier, Esther was laughing, saying, "How could it be that it's not like you get germs on the way out, right? Of the
I meant
vagina,
gems.
right?
Like you're collecting things
Oh,
that help
gems.
you
Okay, sorry.
survive. But like, you're collecting nice bits on your way out the
Oh, is that what you
vaginal
meant?
canal.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that's what happens.
I'll
That's
be
exactly
down.
what happens. So babies born vaginally have double the level of protective antibodies produced after childhood vaccines.
Pussy is power. We keep trying to tell y'all.
Yeah, man. So basically, those who are born that particular way,
Yeah.
they respond more to vaccines. They have more protective antibodies than those who actually come out via C-sections.
Okay.
So those who come out with C-sections have to get a top up.
So you do be collecting benefits on your way out the vagina.
100%.
The vagina is a magical place.
Yeah, man.
Well, do you get it while you're in, or is it just literally on the way out?
No, that's a good question because you basically on the way out.
It's just so funny.
Yeah,
Why
Oh my gosh. On your way
Yes.
out, you collect it.
yeah. So
My
basically,
brain is lit.
Yeah, but what?
Let me
Did they
read
just
That's exactly what I was
they just-
imagining
they
in my head.
attach and stick? Because
You're
you
like, wait.
put it to the towel. The towel might wipe it off.
It's too late.
I mean,
no.
or is it like the minute they touch the skin, it's just embeds
You just
into your
go-
body?
I have no idea. But
Do
what
you
they're
know what
saying,
lit that is?
yeah, what they're saying is, if you were born through your mother's birth canal, then the first microbes you encounter are the ones that live in her vagina. A C-section sets you on a different path, as those early colonizers of your body are bugs living on the people's skin, or in the hospital or home.
When I tell you, yeah, God is with me.
Hold on. So does the nurse get some too? Oh no, they're wearing gloves. They're wearing gloves. They're wearing gloves.
Yeah,
You think what? It's like some kind of Marvel power.
No, as in if I'm delivering the baby, I'm touching the
you're
baby
receiving-
and I'm receiving some of them protective antibodies.
It's too late for your grown body.
Huh?
yeah, exactly. It's too
Your
late.
body's already
Okay,
formed.
Because
It's
you
too
don't
late.
need
okay.
all of that stuff, innit?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Do you know lit? That's
amazing,
exactly what I was
innit?
imagining in my head.
Yeah, but you laughed at it.
No. I was just the image. Because basically, in my mind, I was actually imagining like a vagina and a baby coming out of it, and a baby like wee, and like just grabbing things like I'm gonna leave with this and that. That's
Yeah.
lit, man. Mm-hmm. Pussy is power, man. You want to be growing babies in a pod? Go and grow your baby in a pod.
You may
Maybe
miss out.
give
Yeah,
birth to a
man.
baby, you lose lacking benefits.
But yeah,
That's
man.
lit. That's actually so amazing.
But yeah, that's it for Walk or Joke, man.
That's the best one we've ever had. I'm very like that is really
Interesting.
cool.
I learned something new today.
Yeah, that is so cool.
Can you post your sources in the community, please?
Yeah, do that. Just take his word for it. Hashtag facts. Actually, no hashtag this time.
Yeah, don't
facts.
All
That's lit.
right, thank you.
All right.
Right, let's get into our next headlines.
All right, so the next one, yeah, like Esther just said, is very sad. Trigger warning here. And this is a continuation of what we reported yesterday about the children that died in the Icy Lake tragedy in Solihull. So police have said that a 6-year-old who was one of the 4 boys to fall into an icy lake near Solihull has died. The 3 others, aged 8, 10 and 11, who have also died were with the younger child, at Babs Mill Park in Kinghurst on Sunday. West Midlands Police said it was with heartfelt sadness it had to report that the 6-year-old in hospital that was basically in critical condition that we spoke about yesterday has lost his fight for life. Hundreds of floral tributes and toys have been left at a site near the lake. West Midlands Fire Service, which was also involved in the effort to rescue the boy, said it was devastated to hear the news. It added, "We wish the family strength and comfort in these tragic circumstances." The 10-year-old has been named locally as Jack Johnson, but the identities of the other 3 boys are yet to be confirmed. Specialist diving teams were in the water until Tuesday, although police have stressed that they have had no reports of anybody else missing. They added that all searches have now been completed and the cordon would be lifted.
Is there anything on like how this happened?
I think, I don't want to talk too thingy, but I think it was just a case of them playing on the ice, on the lake. You know, that happens a lot.
Oh yeah,
for the
because when it
country,
snows, people go out, and I guess.
And it just cracks open, man. Very sad, man. But
Were the parents there?
no, I don't think so. They may have been in the house or something, innit?
No.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Or it could have been that they were maybe kind of watching them, but it's hard to get to them. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Because even like on ice, you're going to be slipping and sliding,
Yeah.
all sorts.
and your weight as well, you're heavier than the kids. You potentially
make it
could
worse.
fall and you can make it worse. It's just a lot to... yeah, man. It's sad, man. So sad.
That is horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And the next headline is... yeah, no trigger warning here. This is basically 2 internet ticket touts.
You know how funny
You read this
that
one?
word is?
Oh, what touts?
It's such a... Nigerians love that word.
Oh,
They
bare.
love it. Like, I
Yeah.
love... It's one of my favourite Nigerian words. Brent, that one you can say.
Touts?
Touts.
What does it mean?
Like area boy.
Ah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Ragamuffin. Just a street person.
Oh, no,
Street boy.
Nigeria uses touts in that.
They
that way.
love it.
Oh.
Get around like
Give
a
me
tout.
give me a sentence.
You're just walking around like a tout. Are you a tout? Why are you sagging your trousers?
I've never heard that before in my life.
Really?
Mm.
Nigerians love a tout.
Yeah,
That's what they call the area boys. Before it was area boys,
It was touts.
it was touts.
Oh.
You try to make it
I want touts
professional.
there.
Yeah.
Touts.
Ah, I love that word, man.
Yes. So, 2 internet ticket touts who resold tickets for events by artists, including Ed Sheeran, have been ordered to repay more than £6 million.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Don't be one of them. So Peter Hunter, 53, and David Smith, 68, were convicted in 2020 of 3 accounts of fraudulent trading and 1 of possessing articles for fraud. The pair benefited from their crimes by almost £9 million, right? This is what was said in court. They've been given 3 months, right, to repay just over £6 million or face an extra 8 years in prison. 3 months, you know. So in February 2020, Hunter was jailed for 4 years and Smith was jailed for 2.5 years. They were the UK's first successful convictions against a company fraudulently reselling tickets on a large scale. Its lengthy investigation and a complex financial investigation conducted by the Yorkshire and Humber Regional Economic Crime Unit, RECU, had found the pair benefited from their crimes by almost £9 million. Ruth Andrews from the National Trading Standards said that the landmark case showed buying large numbers of tickets and reselling them at inflated prices was an unacceptable, illegal and fraudulent practice. Ramona Senior, who's a unit head of RECU, said it resulted in the public turning to a secondary market, which was forcing them to pay significantly inflated prices. She added that today's orders indicate that those making large profits from an illegal activity can expect the full weight of the law to be applied to them. Hunter and Smith, both born in North London, had been prosecuted in February of 2020 following an investigation by the National Trading Standards e-crime team, which is hosted by North Yorkshire County Council and the City of York Council. So the pair ran BZZ Limited, that's the name of the company, right? And they ran it between May of 2010 and December of 2017. And what they would do is, right, they use that particular company to buy and resell hundreds of tickets at inflated prices for high-profile events and concerts by people like Ed Sheeran, Madness, McBusted, and other mainstream acts. Never heard of these people before.
That's
Except
me.
Ed Sheeran.
They said mainstream. I never heard of that. I only know Ed Sheeran.
I've heard of busted.
But this is McBusted.
This is Mac busted.
busted.
Yes. Oh no. But at their trial, it emerged that in 1 year alone, they bought more than 750 tickets for Ed Sheeran events. And they used, this is what they did here, they used at least 97 different names to do this, yeah? They used 88 different postal addresses and more than 290 email addresses to evade platform restrictions on multiple purchases. Yeah, man. An appeal against their conviction was rejected by the Court of Appeal in November 2021, man. So,
I'll be very honest with you. I just want to know what kind of system they were using to get this ticket. I would just get my usual too. But I want to know how they were able to, because sometimes getting a ticket is just high blood pressure. So I want to know how they were able to actually get through and be able to get this number of tickets.
yeah. Must have some real complex software, man.
I'm going to
And a lot of workers, I guess.
look it up.
Oh, McBusted is McFly and Busted combined.
Okay.
Oh, serious?
Yeah.
Wow. Well done.
They did not put any creativity into that name.
That
They didn't
nigga's
even
whack.
try.
McBusted.
White privilege.
Listen. And people were like, oh my gosh. And
You know
tickets
what
are
I'm
selling out.
But yeah, they enjoy it, didn't it? But anyway, that's the end of the headlines.
Also, Esther, who's Leke Suna?
Oh, is it Sanu?
Sanu, sorry.
Oh, Lake Sanu.
Like, there's a lake. Oh,
She's a makeup artist. Amazing makeup artist. She's married to Thingy. That's what.
To DJ.
Group chat.
oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. People are talking about it in the chat, that's why. Right?
Yeah, that's,
Someone
that's
said
what I-
her husband, but yeah, they were married. They're married.
That's a big wedding, don't it?
Everyone was there. As in like it was like one of those timeline type
remember
weddings.
seeing
I hate when I
Insta.
see massive weddings and it's great love and then later on there's just divorce. It's like,
It's mad.
yeah.
But yeah, so she was married to DJ Matthews.
Oh.
But she's one of the top in the game. Her
Oh, is
makeup
it?
is just
On point.
her makeup game is different. It's different. It's not giving birth. It just gives you a nice glow. It's beautiful, flawless. But yeah, man, and she's very successful. That's why I don't understand why he was doing what he was doing. Because she's very successful.
Maybe he was trying to match her income as well. Who knows?
I tell you guys that. We should be acting their wage.
Seems like we broke some news in there. People were like, oh, what?
Yeah, do you know
We're
what?
married?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, what's the next thing? Is it reaction? Let's get to reaction, friends.
Oh,
You do your Googles.
okay.
If people pre,
Yeah.
you know.
So the reaction, there ain't much to react to, but yesterday was a big game that obviously we were talking about yesterday. And yeah, France and Morocco.
Yeah, man.
Jamila
France and
Raje.
Morocco.
It was not good.
What?
Rapper?
Or Jamila Raje. It pained me. It hurt my body.
Okay.
I actually wanted them to win. Do you know why they lost? Do you want me to tell you why they lost?
Tell me why.
Because they declined Africa. So the prayers of all the African countries that would have supported them. Because you know what's mad, yeah? They were. Do you know what it felt like? It honestly felt like, yeah, the devil was just throwing confusion amongst them because there were so many times they could actually scored, but it's like in the last second something will happen. Someone's foot would just go left instead of going right. There was so much stupidness as to why they didn't score. They played exceptionally well though. But I said no, it's because you denied Africa, and whereby the prayers of everybody. Because I'm sure there's still Ghanaians and everything in Qatar. They could have gone and supported you with their drums and everything. But you denied Africa. So the prayers of the ancestors that would have helped you. Look at that.
Yeah.
They played well though. They played really well there.
I'm not sad though, I'll be honest.
Of course not.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. I think for, entertainment value, France and Argentina is a better final.
I feel like
I mean,
France even had more Africans on there anyway.
More black Africans.
France is full of Africans. Full of Africans.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but like on yeah, that's true
If
actually.
you removed all the Africans from the French team,
They'll be
none of
there, man.
they'll be
Yeah, so technically,
skin and bones.
That's a Bradford.
Skin and bones.
innit, man?
but it was I think it was a really
Yeah,
good game.
no, they played well. And one thing Morocco's done is they have definitely put themselves on the map now. You know what I mean, as one of the best African teams. Like they played well, like you said. But it just wasn't meant to be, man. It wasn't meant to be. But they were at some points they were all over France.
That's what I'm saying. It was frustrating.
Yeah,
It was
all over France.
Oh man, I was shouting at
Even in the
people on
first half,
TV.
I think they had most of the possession.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
They played better than France, man.
There you go.
Yeah.
I missed the first half.
Yeah, they
but the
definitely
second. Oh
Yeah.
man. It was so
Everyone was
annoying.
saying if it was England versus Morocco, England would have had a hard time. I mean,
Morocco probably. Yeah, Morocco. might have banged them, you know?
Morocco are good.
Yeah.
I think their reputation has definitely gone up. You know what I mean? They've definitely done themselves favour in that regard.
Yeah.
But listen, France and Argentina, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mbappe versus Messi. They're both on 5 goals. So I think they're competing for a lot. They're competing for like
Golden
the
boot.
Golden Boot, obviously the trophy.
What's the golden boot?
Who scores the most goals?
Oh, is it okay?
Tournament.
Yeah. Some people are saying player of the tournament, but I don't think Mbappe is in the run for that,
Nah.
in my opinion.
I don't
Sorry,
think
has Mbappe had any like issues legally?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what, are you referring to the woman he was dating?
so. Oh.
That's why.
On the boat.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I was thinking,
yeah,
as
that's
in the UK influence, right?
Influencer.
No, that's another girl.
That's what influencer.
What was it?
A new gen.
She was trans.
No, it's not even that. Because it's basically something attached to like this guy's name, and I'm like, there's something about him. I just can't remember what it was.
That's the only thing that's attached to his name outside of football.
Okay, no, it's not that then.
From what I can remember.
Okay, maybe I think of something else.
Apart
Then.
from that, he's kind of got a clean rep.
But people like Mbappe. I said, there's other people on there, you know. The commentator. Do you know what? I would love to do like amateur commentating on football. It's
I was actually thinking that we should have done what's
live
the
reaction.
what's the thing?
Like a Twitch.
Yeah, like a watch along. Obviously, it's too late now.
Oh, that'd be sick though.
But during the World Cup, we should have done one. But obviously, it's too late.
That would have been sick. What's the next major game like that?
It's the final, you know.
The final, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm not available.
I'm chilling at home.
Oh yeah, no, I was going to different come from my home. I was going to zoom in. Do you think I was coming to Studio to do that? We're going to zoom in. We'll all have it on one screen and then zoom.
I don't think that's how Twitches work.
Is that not how it works? It's
Brent,
too late
with Twitches,
anyway,
you've got to be in the same place, isn't it?
Not
not
a
Twitch.
You can do watch-alongs on different platforms.
live stream, sorry.
It doesn't just have to be Twitch.
Oh,
Okay.
I think it's too late to put in motion anyway. But yeah, it was jokes. And the commentators were killing me. There was one guy, I don't know his name, and he had the ball. And they're like, oh, he might get it. He might get it. He was like, oh. Then he didn't get it. Then the guy goes, well, never really gets anything, does he? What? I was like, how did you say that?
That's what you said. I have no respect.
They are so shady. Like, I love it. I absolutely love it.
No respect.
If anyone uses the idea, you better recruit me. Don't be silly. Don't be stealing ideas from me on this platform. And then, when they kill me, man.
Yeah.
Pogba. Maybe that's what I'm thinking about.
Oh yeah, that's what you're probably thinking about. Because obviously him and with Pogba's whole witchcraft thing, they were saying that he put a curse on Mbappe.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So maybe that's kind of what you're referring to.
Yeah. I just think there's something about that. This guy's name just sounds so familiar, as if there's been other stuff. But he's a golden child. He knows it though. He walks in that spirit of confidence of I'm the shit.
No, he is. How old is he?
Mbappe.
Yeah, like 20, whatever.
He's 23.
He could potentially have 2 World Cups before he's 25 years old.
That's sick.
What?
You know what I mean?
Who? Oh, okay. Yeah,
Mbappe.
the next one. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
No, as in no, this will be his second.
Oh,
This is
the
second?
one? Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
France won the last World Cup.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, I thought you meant playing. Oh, wow, that'd be sick.
Yeah,
Did he play last one?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah,
You
he
know?
played.
Yeah, he did well.
To have 2 World Cups before you're 25 is insane.
How old is he?
23.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But God, please, Messi, please.
Yeah, I can't even imagine what the temperature is gonna be like. The guys are gonna be upset.
Nah, Messi has to win, man. He has
Cause
to.
I've seen hella boys just posting up Messi's picture, the one where he's doing this to the back. I'm like, damn.
Messi. Brent,
I hope for all of you guys.
is it a Messi thing for you or a France thing for you?
Remember, France was my pick, so
Yeah.
I want France to win.
Okay.
I have no allegiance to Messi
That was it.
at all,
Okay.
especially seen as this particular World Cup has had like kind of racial kind of
Undertones.
yeah. So I actually want the black team to win for some reason.
France are not the black team technically.
They're the black team for me now.
No, they are in this
got one nigga.
in this battle. But France don't. Yeah.
They don't care about you.
I think so. You want Messi to win because I hate when people compare Messi and Ronaldo, right? 100%.
Yeah.
And I understand why some people say Ronaldo as opposed to Messi, but
Yeah.
I don't also.
Yeah.
So is that why you want Messi to win?
No, mine isn't about Messi being the undisputed GOAT above Ronaldo. Messi, with or without a World Cup, is better than Ronaldo for me.
Yeah.
I want Messi, for his career and for his legacy, to win the World Cup. That's it. For his legacy and for his own personal triumph. It's nothing to do with Ronaldo at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you, man? Are you a France or Argentina guy?
It's literally the same as everything you said there, you know.
Yeah.
I like Messi, man.
Yeah,
I think he's a brilliant player.
Yeah, and that's the last thing he's got left to win.
Yeah.
Is the World Cup.
Yeah.
I like seeing black people win things over white people.
No, don't get me wrong. I like France. I love France, especially because they've got a lot of black players. But right now, and plus they won the last World Cup.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? Like, let Messi. This is Messi's last chance. So
Make it happen.
yeah, let's go Argentina.
I hope he gets it. I like a good, successful, all-rounded career.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then back to the Premiership.
I actually want to watch more football. I think it's too late for me to tap into the Premiership part.
Why? Is it too late?
Is it not?
Just support Arsenal and be alright, and you'll be fine.
You know, the craziest things, I do think I will end up being an Arsenal supporter, but
That's right.
I just think I want more for myself.
You know what? I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna do the same thing I done to Gina. What team does your dad support? Sorry. What? As I asked it, I realised, but I thought, let me just let this play out.
Oh,
What team does
Make
your,
that clip. That is ridiculous.
what team,
that might be a Woko joke.
what,
Joke, nigga. That's a joke.
what team does your brother support?
My brother doesn't really watch football.
Okay. Have you got any cousins? Any male cousins?
I don't pay attention to them.
All right. A lot of the guys around you. What team
Arsenal.
they support? Arsenal.
Yeah.
Um,
Like MCM's Arsenal. I've only ever dated Arsenal. Maybe I'll change my story.
and all three of us are Arsenal too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think Arsenal's definitely.
I think Arsenal's.
Yeah.
Arsenal feels like my calling. I
Yeah.
can't lie.
I think so too.
And I used to fancy Theo Walcott as well.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Little cute light skinned boy.
He's a good man. But yeah. I think that might be my calling. I think I'll try and keep up. If you guys let me know when the games are and stuff like that, I can watch it. But
Alright.
is that it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into our outro. Oh dear. All right, lovely people. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. Big up the live crew each and every single time. Make sure you like the video before you come out of it. The likes, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not very happy. The likes and the views is not tallying up. And
I need to go back to the static screen.
I do think you do that. I'll be honest with you. I do think you need to do that. I just don't get it. Like, why can't you just like the video?
I
Because
understand.
my thing is that you're here from the top to bottom there.
It's a sign of protest, innit? When black
What are
people
protesting
hear
for?
other black people telling them to do stuff, now don't talk to me like that.
Do you have to get a white boy up in
Don't
here?
talk to me like that.
We have to get a white boy.
100%.
Like the video, guys. Thank you. We appreciate it. And follow us on our social media platforms, The Day After TNB. Like, comment, share. You guys remember what I told you guys yesterday? We're on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Guys told you. You remember what I told you about TikTok? Yeah. Please do it. If you don't remember, go watch the video from
Oh
yesterday.
yeah, you were meant to tell me something yesterday, off camera.
Oh, yes, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And if you want to send voice notes and text in, the number is 075 6484 1073. If you'd like to inquire about the show or feature on the show, the email address is thedayafter@thenewblack.com. Sorry, Brent, have we been receiving requests to send Christmas presents in? Because I think that's a bit
No.
cheeky. Actually,
No.
to be fair, they're not giving us likes though. So
Yeah, this is
yeah,
it.
that's silly.
Yeah.
Like the video, you don't have to get us presents. And you can also join the community. It's very, very lit over there. People share so much stuff, so much gems. And you do that by searching community.thenewblack.com. We are out and we will see you here on our favorite day, Friday. Have a great Thursday, everybody.
Peace.
Goodbye.
Peace.